Well, all right, we're gonna hit go live and see what happens here. Now, am I
Hell yeah.
streaming over? Okay, looks like YouTube is streaming. All right. Then what about Ramble? Are we on? Yep, Rumble. Streaming. All right. Okay.
Nice.
Now it looks like Kick is working. Yeah. All right. Kick is working. Just give it a second here. I don't like particularly how any of these work or function. Now let's see if Odyssey is working. If you're having trouble starting a stream, if your stream shows you're live but you aren't, try a reset. Work. Oh, there we go. For function. Now let's. God damn. All right. All of these are so bad. Except for YouTube. Yeah, Kick. All right. Hello, everybody on Kick. I don't think anybody's watching on Rumble that's real. I think it's just bots watching on Rumble. Hello to the six bots on Rumble. If you are not, oh no, there's a real guy, maybe a lady, Bethany in the Rumble chat. Happy to be here. She says that's got to be a real person. Can't be a bot saying H2BH. Ain't nobody watching on Odyssey. Figured I even did it on the channel that has 436 followers. You would think going live for the first time and ever really on Odyssey, you would think maybe that would be like an alert. Kick is kicking though. Kick is kicking. Baba Ganoush. Even Ralph's wonky eye. Dip Slurper. All right, pointing and laughing. Intelligent counterspell. He's everywhere. He would just as gladly be on Rumble, I'm sure. Urquit, who's here. Urquit is the best person. Point. Oh, I read his name already. Manager Grim. Okay. Okay, so there's like a handful of guys watching over at Kick. How do I see how many people are watching? It says one viewer, but there's more than one in the chat. That's okay. So Kick is also retarded. Got it. Chorgon Scormhammer has subscribed. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea where that money's going. I have not set up money with this platform at all. They're stealing from you, but thanks, I guess. Disco Diggs on YouTube, Provo PM on YouTube, Jeremy B on YouTube, JR Bearding on YouTube. We got Neil Breen, Napoleon Dar. I'm just looking to see where are we doing better. Fucking Jared is on Rumble. That makes sense. Yeah. That adds up. Pendensky. All right. And Bob Sphincter went over to Odyssey just to be different. He's over there by himself, shivering cold. All right. Wow. Ethan Ralph's wonky eye has subscribed. I don't know what that even does. I know that last time I found out what it does. Apparently it does nothing. It's just giving money, I guess. I don't even know. Thanks, I guess. We'll see. All right, looks like Kick is the one, but Kick is really shitty. But probably is the least shitty of these alternate platforms. Okay, so here's what we're here to. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me in Discord here.
Hi, Jesse.
Hello. See, we got all the people. I'm not coming on camera or anything because this is just a sort of state of the Goonion here, nice. Figuring out what's going on. Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Citizen N. Hi, Urquit and Greg and Harshmello and Infowar and La Negra, Eliana, and Marlboro and Mary and Jared and Peggy and Pendensky and Scampus and that's Feds and Stella and somebody just joined. And now I've lost my place. And Steve and Subpar and Vigo and Wanda and Morgan Elizabeth. Remember her?
Remember that?
Wow.
Our
queen of the
best
chat
friend,
rat.
Morgan
Yeah.
Elizabeth, our chat rat queen. Okay.
Possibly has a black eye.
So let's talk about it. Podawful banned on YouTube.
No black eye, just getting a divorce.
Yay! Update.
It's not
It's a weird place for that update.
You go,
That's hot.
girl.
Hell yeah.
Bro, that's
You and
Shout out.
Have you had to interact with the man again?
Only briefly.
Okay. Very nice. You don't mind this is streaming, right? You know I'm streaming right now, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, just checking.
disparage.
Okay, let's talk shit about him and disparage his name and dox him publicly on all the platforms. Oh,
I'm here for it.
okay. So let's discuss. Podawful banned on YouTube again. Not a huge shock by any means, but I want to explain exactly what happened, what's gone down, what's going down. This isn't going to be a big complain fest. I'm barely even going to disparage the Indian people. But please remember, we are live right now on all the platforms. And while you can get away with most things on most of these platforms, I think, we are testing a YouTube right now. So if you haven't found that YouTube yet, you can find it over at podawful.tv. I'm not putting it wide just yet. But I just want to let you know where I'm at, where my head's at with this, and where I'm trying to figure all this stuff out still. So when we went into season Ephemera Obscura, now I know this is probably the first question. I've seen some people ask this already. Does this mean new season? No, it does not. When I started, in fact, the entire reason for season Ephemeral Obscura, if you don't know this, I've already pre-planned all of the seasons ahead of time years ago. Okay, this is not even a joke. You can search the Discord, search the word seasons in Discord, and you can find it. I posted the name of all future seasons and the order in which they will appear. So, season Ephemeral Obscura, this is the reason I named it that is I knew that this was going to happen. Obviously, it's been happening quite a lot, but the entire point of this season, if you haven't figured it out already, is we're testing the waters. We know that Podawful will be scattered to the wind. This has now happened 6 times, I think. I don't know. It's happened quite a lot. And every time it does, we lose a bunch of people, and Podawful's, impact on the internet is lessened. And of course, then our enemies, they rise in the ranks. All of the videos that are anti-Podawful, now those are the first things that show up, and blah, blah, blah. No big deal. So if you didn't pick it up from the name Ephemeral Obscura and from the call to action this season to pollute the net and all the talk of clips and all that kind of stuff, this was the whole point. This is the entire point. I honestly didn't think it would happen this fast. More or less. I mean, actually, yeah, probably. I mean, the problem is that not a lot of episodes have happened. Another thing I knew would be the case during this season. Podawful right now is this ephemeral thing. You kind of got to search for it. You kind of got to wait for it. It is obscure. It is on its own website, but normal people don't use websites anymore. I hate that. I want to be part of the change in culture, in online culture. When it comes to that, I absolutely cannot stand that we're all on, 3 or 4 websites ever. I miss websites. So I would like to push that. Unfortunately, and this is something you've probably seen me say over and over again on Twitter lately, you cannot exist without YouTube as a show, as a video show, whatever, a streamer, a podcast, whatever you want to call any of this dumb crap. I think I've made my point pretty well over on Twitter about this. I posted a poll and I said, okay, which YouTube alternative shit platform you all keep telling me to use should I go with? Because I'm always, even when the show isn't down, I have people telling me you got to use this platform, that platform. And sometimes it's one where I've literally never heard of it from any other human being ever. And I'm wondering, like, what is even going through this person's mind? What nefarious, horrifying things are they watching that they're going to this platform? I completely forgot about DLive existing until somebody brought it up yesterday or the day before. And then I go and look, all the descriptions of the show have had DLive links in them. I've been linking to my DLive this whole time. That's not even, that would be a joke. That would be a complete joke to even bother with that. So in the poll, I said, you have to choose the one you actually use for more than one streamer. Meaning you can't pick one of these if you only ever go there to watch one guy. You followed one guy, one show over to an alt platform because they got kicked off and you've never watched anything else at that platform. Now, here's the thing. That should mean that nobody is voting because I know that's the case. It's like 1 or 2 maybe for any of these platforms. The choices were Rumble, Odyssey, Kick, and then other. And I put in parentheses, leave in replies so that you can tell me what the other you're choosing is. And of course, we are right now on Rumble, Odyssey, Kick, and other, by the way. And 344 votes. Kick was the highest voted, 54%. Then Rumble at 33. Then Odyssey at 9. Actually 10. And then other at 2%. The 2% other is interesting because not one person left a reply saying what the other would be. So I feel like maybe people just clicked other to see what the results would be. I don't even know. And then I also left a reply saying, also, have you ever browsed the front page of one of these to find something new to watch? But I would like to now tell you the response to that question. Someone says, looking at Kick's front page, yuck. A sentiment I agree with, but kind of proving my point. Someone else says, absolutely not. Someone says, no, never. Someone says, no. Someone says, browsed Odyssey this weekend. Found out Stephen Molyneux is still doing his call-in show. Fucking blast from the past. Odyssey has the best feel to me and no ads, which is non-Semitic. So that's my pick. So that was Bob. Bob has at least looked at the front page of Odyssey once. Of course, it was the least voted for of the major 3 there. Someone else says Odyssey, but only to laugh at the insane thumbnails. So they've looked at the front page to just see the boomer tier retard thumbnails on there. Someone says, no, I've never discovered anything new on any of these. Someone else says, no. It was just no's all around. Nobody legitimately watches content on any of these platforms. Now, I don't even have to ask them. I know every single person has a YouTube account and probably watches recommended shit or browses and finds things or has a disgusting amount of subscriptions to shit that they probably never watch. Because that's normal. Because YouTube is TV. And all of these other things are, I want to make the analogy AM radio, but that is still too big and good for what they actually are. YouTube is TV, and all of these other things are a guy putting on a puppet show with his own penis using a flashlight.
Public access.
No. Public access is way higher up than any of these alt platforms.
This is disturbing home videos, then?
This is puppetry of the penis alone in your home. It's nighttime, you're laying in bed, you shine the flashlight at your penis and display the shadow on the wall. It's that. And listen, your neighbor is subscribed. He's watching you do it through the window, okay? Every time you do it, he loves it. But he's not looking to see what else is going on inside your house. He's really only interested in the penis puppetry. And of course, I got the same comment I always get, even long before, this recent banning, which is, it works for, go to Kick. It works for Kino Casino. That's the major one. The others, similar suggestions are given. That's the one I have to hear the most. So I know that the reason Kick is the most voted is because there's all these people who watch Kino Casino. Now, I said on the tweet, put your money where your mouth is, and I linked to all of these alt platforms. And maybe 20 people hit follow or subscribe on all of them put together. Now with this Kino Casino thing, and this is what I want people to understand so that we don't ever have to go over this again. Okay. Kino Casino has, I think, just under, I looked at it at their page because people kept saying this. I think they have just under 10,000 followers or some, I don't know. What does Kick call it? A follower? Yeah, a follower. They have just under 10,000 followers on Kick, which is pretty good. That's shocking. And they get about maybe 4,000, 6,000 views on a stream, which by the way is like the numbers I get on a stream on, YouTube with no subscribers basically comparatively. But of course YouTube is a much bigger platform. So that makes sense. Here's the problem. Kino Casino has a YouTube channel, and it is imperative to their business plan and strategy. And it has over double the number of subscribers their Kick has. And all of the videos they upload to it get more than 3 times the number of views as the streams do, which makes sense because they are edited down the best parts, not the full 9 hours of, whoa,
Andy.
And I'm not making fun of them when I do, but people are so sensitive about the guys they like. I like Andy, and doing an impression of a guy doesn't mean you hate him. All right, so I have to say this now every time, or else some loser loses his mind. These guys are not going to be upset if I go, oh! They know they do that. They do it on purpose. Anyway, they have a YouTube account. By the way, I'm not sure how. I think they got kicked off of YouTube once. That's why they went to Kick. So it is possible that they lose that YouTube. And if they lose their YouTube, the Kick thing doesn't work entirely for them, or else they wouldn't bother with it. They are paying an editor to upload those clips. And And I'm not going to sit here and complain about streaming as a job. I certainly wouldn't if I was doing the Kino Casino. But it's a lot of effort to have to focus on multiple platforms. It's a lot of extra effort, especially when one of them is YouTube and you're basically babysitting it all the time. YouTube is a giant baby that you are babysitting and praying that you don't get fired from your babysitting gig. Every single, when you got a YouTube and you do, it doesn't even, I was going to say when you do content that's a little spicy, as the kids call it, that part doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm saying that. People get fucking kicked off of YouTube for literally nothing all the time, which is what happened to Podawful this time. When you get kicked off of YouTube, when you're terminated from YouTube, the rule is now you are not allowed to ever have a YouTube channel again. You are not allowed to regularly appear on a YouTube channel. If you own a YouTube channel where the vast majority of the content is uploading content of somebody who is banned from YouTube on any account for any reason ever, then congratulations, you are sitting on a powder keg of a YouTube channel. They can and will take it down. That does break their terms of service. In fact, that's the only part they're clear about when they terminate me. But you got to use it. It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly in the truest sense. And so there is no alternative. And you, in fact, I would kill for this. This is good. I'm glad we got enough people here. And then I want to poll you guys. Feel free to jump in, by the way. I'm not meaning to just monologue here. But can anybody here name a single person who streams on an alt platform and they have no YouTube presence? Doesn't exist. I can't name one. All the major examples I can think of all have.
What about Owen Benjamin? What about that guy?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Does he?
He's on Gavin. He's on Gavin's.
Okay,
network.
He's not on YouTube.
That's Gavin.
But does he have YouTube? The question is there YouTube? Now, I'm not saying
Jared Taylor from American Renaissance.
Now, I'm not saying he owns a YouTube. What I'm saying is the ban extends to people uploading your clips, uploading restreaming, archiving, whatever. So does Owen Benjamin have people who regularly archive his stuff on YouTube? Does he have people who restream his stuff? I don't know how Owen.
I don't think so.
I'm actually asking because I don't know anything about Owen Benjamin, so I don't know.
He was streaming live to Twitter today. I haven't seen him on YouTube in years, and I haven't seen any of those clips or anything.
No.
I guess arguably also Alex Jones, but all those people.
Well, yeah. So Alex Jones is. So Alex Jones is an even more severe, and I think Owen Benjamin is probably this way too. They actually have a level beyond what I've described so far of being banned.
Yeah.
And that is, you're not allowed to even just one time have that person on your show. And Alex Jones is that. But how many times have you seen him as a guest on YouTube?
There's a guy named Max Egan who does the Crow House, who is completely on all other channels. He can't be, like, if somebody finds him on there, I watch him on Bitshoot. There's a ton of people on Bitshoot that don't have any YouTube.
Is that EGAN or IGAN?
I think it's IGAN. Oh yeah, IGAN.
He has
Hold on, I got his.
He has a YouTube channel with 11.6 thousand subscribers. Okay, so
Did they bring him back up?
I don't know, man. I've never heard of that guy ever, but I just looked it up. Look, the point here is, yeah, Alex Jones. So we know there's a double standard on YouTube, right? Alex Jones is technically the most banned you can. Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, Baked Alaska, by the way. You can't put Baked Alaska, like the term Baked Alaska, in a title and have him in the video without it potentially getting flagged automatically by YouTube. I had a private video that had Baked Alaska's name in it, and he was in the video. Private, had never been seen. And after months, maybe a year of it being uploaded, YouTube auto removed it. I got a warning for that, and they denied the appeal on it. There are people that are that banned. I'm not that banned, but I'm close. But Alex Jones is an even more insane example because he is that banned. However, Joe Rogan brings him on. That's fine. You know, fill in the blank, big enough celebrity brings him on. You know, throw all the rules out the window at that point. So yeah, InfoWars itself and Alex Jones are the same thing as I just described with Baked Alaska. You put InfoWars in a thing, you're very likely to get in trouble, unless you're like a news thing, you know, saying it's bad. That's the only way. You either have to be extremely famous, a real media company, or you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to have it up there. I've experienced this firsthand multiple times. I've had content removed for having InfoWars in the title, which means I'm going to have to change some of these upcoming season titles. Point is, for the most, especially on people closer to my level, it doesn't exist. I mean, you know, Alex Jones is in like a whole category of his own. You know, maybe Owen Benjamin even is to that degree. But and then you've got guys like what's that gay loser communist guy who streams on Twitch that everybody hates? Hassan. So Hassan. So here's his deal. Here's how important YouTube. He does not do YouTube. Like, he streams to Twitch, and he streams all day on Twitch. It's insane. And then he pays a guy to clip and put it on his YouTube channel. But here's the craziest part is he also says you are totally free, anybody, to just clip his stuff and put it up there and make money off of it, which is a very rare thing. And he has to do that because he's a communist. So he's like forced, he doesn't want to do it, but he's forced to do it. But there is an element of, if he was only on Twitch, tons of people would never even know who he is. I couldn't even remember his name just now because I don't use Twitch. So there are cases like that. Most people, but even like stupid underground internet people who are banned on YouTube, like, I don't know, like Mr. Mediker. Mr. Mediker he streams to Odyssey, I think, right? Like the worst one.
It's restreamed to YouTube. It just gets taken down right away.
He gets it taken. Right.
He has like 3 or 4 dedicated people who restream and re-upload.
Yes. And mad at the internet, the same thing. They've got these archive channels and so on and so forth. And that's the way it works for most people who don't use YouTube, quote unquote. They all use it. And they get away with it. And they get away with it because they aren't necessarily the one uploading it. You okay? What is going on? Who was that?
Got deaths.
Jesus Christ. What was that?
Eaters.
Oh,
That was
okay.
nice.
So the thing I always come back to in my mind, this kind of goes back to the thing where there's a double standard. Maybe one of the worst double standards that I know of that exists is Keemstar. Keemstar was banned back in old YouTube days, back when it was hard to get banned. Much harder than it is now, anyway. He was banned 6 times, I believe. And then he came up with this scheme where he just lied and said somebody else owns Drama Alert and he's just the host, as if he was hired to be the host of the show that he created on the YouTube channel he started. And they just, quote unquote, believed it at YouTube. And that story spread around forever. And if you were to look it up right now, I'm sure that's what people would say. If you typed into Google, how come Keemstar allowed on YouTube when he was banned and you're never supposed to have a YouTube? How come he gets to have LolCow Live and 5 other YouTube channels? Keemstar starts a new podcast every year on YouTube. None of them get taken down. He just stops doing them because he's bad at it. Point of this is that whole thing about him having somebody else run it and all that stuff. That's a lie. It's a lie. Or it might have been true for like a minute. That might have worked once for a week and then everyone was wise to it. Something else happened. And Keemstar has said since then, and nobody talks about this, that he's now allowed back on YouTube. Well, what changed?
He said I remember he said he apologized to them.
He apologized to YouTube, the people.
Yeah, this was back when they were doing that him versus Ian. Not Ian. What was that guy's name? H3. When he thought that he went behind the scenes and had the dead chick now get him kicked off, and he went and apologized, and I just remember he was back all of a sudden. Right. I watched that Chris the Narc guy, and that's the reason why he quit being a producer for them, because he was the step-in guy.
Well, listen, this is the phrase that he went and apologized to them, right, them meaning YouTube. Exactly. That's an insane thing. There are no humans to apologize to for a normal person.
I think he is. I think he's like part of YouTube, like he's bought in or something. Like they pay him for something.
He made them enough money. He made them enough money that he's got and has had a personal handler or something at YouTube for a long time.
Just like Ethan has. Yeah.
Well, all the super everyone knows their name guys have at least been offered that. If they don't have it, they were offered it at some point. But they've all got somebody where something bad happened. They're not going to have to tweet it out and get everybody to mess with YouTube for them. They can just pick up a phone. They don't even have to pick up the phone. They've got a manager who can just pick up the phone and make it happen, you know. But Keemstar is maybe one of the worst examples, because Keemstar not only is able to just break the rules. There's no, by the way, so why can't I apologize? I'm sorry. Am I allowed back on YouTube now?
Who do you even apologize to?
There is no, the Pajit. I don't know. I appealed and it was denied. I appealed on multiple accounts. Not all of them. They were all denied. And you know they're not reviewing it. Now, the emails I got, listen, every time you get banned or anything bad happens on your YouTube channel, they never really tell you what it is. Because if they really tell you, then they can't just arbitrarily get rid of you. So they'll like hint at it. They'll hint at it. And then when you go to appeal, you have to guess what you did wrong and explain how it's not wrong or how I'm super duper sorry, please. Which I don't know which one of those even works better than the other, if either of them work. I used to be able to appeal stuff, and occasionally it would work. In fact, fairly often. I haven't had an appeal work in 2 years that I can recall. I don't think
I got an idea.
Hang on. I don't think I've successfully appealed anything in 2 years. Now, this is worse for a few reasons. One, we'll get into in a minute here. But I feel particularly bad. Unfortunately, she's gone now. But Angie, who was here a second ago, who ran the Podawful Savage Clips channel, got her channel taken down as a result of this. And that's her YouTube channel. I didn't start it. She made it. She did it all by herself. Within the past like 2 years, occasionally I would help make a thumbnail, or I would suggest a video, or I would suggest a title or something. But for the most part, everything was just her. It was just her. And when I lost the last YouTube account before this past one, she gave me access to the account. You can like, not I could log into her account or anything, but you can make people like a manager or an editor or whatever. And from their own account, they can kind of log in. They can switch accounts over to it. And so she had done that with me so that I could, when I first came back, in order to let people know, hey, I've got this new YouTube channel, so I could easily set up a stream and stream to her channel. Because her channel, even at the end of both of our channels' life cycle here, she still had more subscribers than the main channel on it. Because her channel's been up for years now. No issues. Or very few. I think she had like a warning or something on this. She had no strikes. I had no strikes on my channel. So I feel extremely bad because this affected her. And it affected her because she connected my account to her account. I shouldn't have done that. And I knew better. I knew that was going to fuck things up. And I don't think she cared. I think she probably would take that risk knowing it, but it sucks. It really sucks. And it's a risk I took in too many places as well. I'll come back to that in a second. But in the email, and this is true of Angie's channel as well, in all of the channels that I just had taken down, there was no explanation, not even a hint of an explanation. It was just YouTube takes down channels after severe or multiple guidelines issues or whatever. Now, I had those 2 episodes recently taken down, the Shaman episode and the Susan Shaman episode. And let's be honest, it's probably the Susan stuff. However, they don't say that. Both of those videos, neither one of them got my channel a strike. I saw a few people got this wrong. There were no strikes. Ever. I've never had a strike on that channel. By the way, a lot of these channels are older than you guys realize. Like, these channels were around longer than you think. Just because it was the new channel as of this year doesn't mean it was started this year. And it's never had a strike on it. It had warnings. Both of those episodes got the channel a warning. And now when you get a warning, YouTube makes you take this little crash course on whatever guideline you supposedly broke. So I had to take a crash course on nudity on YouTube, which, by the way, every time you do one of these crash courses, all it is them telling you how you didn't break the TOS. And then you point that out to them in your appeal and they go, nah, you still did. So I took these stupid courses on it, and I said that in my appeal for the channel too. I was like, I only had 2 warnings, no strikes. I took the courses. I now know better. Nope. Appeal denied.
Dude, I think I know what it is.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I doubt
Hear
it.
me out. This is going to sound crazy.
Just to be clear, though, I doubt it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So I think if you look at all the people in like the comedy realm of who's kicked off, like Josh, Kino Casino, a lot of them say fag, say the N-word.
We are on YouTube. Don't say the word.
My bad. So they say this stuff, right? And if you look at Keemstar, he's been sweeping up for Mr. Beast. He's with the LGBT stuff. I bet you it's that. You get marked when you say stuff like that. I know on Twitter I'm marked. I can't.
Gay,
yeah. So I really do think that like I bet you if just for like a joke, because I know this isn't your style, but if you were to like do like a couple episodes, like I know don't do it, you know what I mean? But like if you were to start going LGBTQ, they'd probably promote you. You know what I mean?
That's like a retard thing that people do on like Twitter where
that's what Keemstar is doing. That's why I think
where they put trans and their pronouns in their bio and think that will somehow save them from being.
No. I think they're messing with you because you don't do that stuff. You get what I'm saying? And you like the last episode with Comedy Shaman had that intersex stuff, right? Well, they
that was pro-trans. I was friends with the trans person.
Maybe they looked at it different. That was probably
I was the most pro-trans streamer maybe ever, actually, as the result of this.
I'm wrong. I was just throwing.
No, listen, that's not it. It's not how it works. When they don't like what you say about gay things or whatever, you get a strike for it. I didn't have that. I never had anything on that kind of stuff. It was nudity. And then, quote unquote, harassment because of Susan talk. I harassed a corpse. And again, the emails don't specify. I don't know anything. But and just to be clear,
it's
just to be clear. When I started using that channel as the main channel, I took I mentioned this actually in the first stream I did on there. I took a YouTube survey that they have for creators where, it's in the studio thing. Anybody can go do this, by the way. Just, open up you can have like a YouTube studio. You can start a channel. You've got a YouTube account. And in the back end there in the settings, they've got a little survey for you to take where you tell them that you're trans and Pacific Islander. All that kind of stuff. And I did all that. I say I am trans and Latino and Pacific Islander and black and gay and straight and not straight. Actually, I take that one back because I'm afraid of what you'll do to me. By the way, YouTube is like not as gay friendly as you would think.
Yeah.
The YouTube's like the words that will get you demonetized, like 30% of them are trans, gay, LGBT, like the ones that people who are those things and want to put them in their titles, you put those in your titles, that gets you demonetized.
They just don't want controversy.
Yeah, they just don't want controversy.
They think you're making fun out of them, like tranny. You can't say that.
Well, please stop saying it. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, mute yourself. So it's very funny, actually. Anyway, it's not it. It has nothing to do with it. So I just had to guess. And I just said, like, listen, I had no strikes. I only had warnings. I've learned my lesson. Now, of course, the first thought is, well, it's because I'm banned. I'm ban evading. But I've been kicked off of YouTube for ban evasion before. And when you're kicked off for ban evasion, they tell you that. They say it. They didn't say it this time. So it wasn't that. I kept telling myself that's got to be it. But then I remembered the old emails I got. It always says, they call it circumventing now. They didn't used to call it that. They now refer to it as circumventing. Didn't mention that in any of the emails. It didn't even mention it in the emails for the other accounts, meaning presumably those accounts are being taken down because the first account is being taken down, right? So you would think in those emails it would specify like, well, you can't have this account because you can't have the other account, which makes sense. Fine. Nope. Doesn't say shit. There's nothing. Now back to Keemstar for a second. So he's not only got the A-OK from actual human beings. I mean, he's got a helping hand allowing him to break the rules. That's all it is. This isn't a sour grapes thing about Keemstar, but it's interesting because he runs a fucking podcast, specifically a podcast making fun of lol cows. Sound familiar? That's kind of a familiar concept to some of the people here. He started that podcast, last year? That was a brand new idea in 2023 to have a podcast making fun of lol cows. And this is, by the way, you're not allowed to do that on YouTube. The very concept of that is against TOS. You think that channel will ever get in trouble? Have they ever gotten in trouble? This is a podcast where they manufacture fake drama all the time with these guys. They just lie, make up these fake things, just straight up lie. Then the 13-year-olds who watch it believe it, which then confuses the 20-something-year-olds who watch it into believing it because they read the 13-year-olds say that they think it's real. So now, and then you just hear through the grapevine, oh, Boogie got a face tattoo. And you do no critical thinking on it. And then you believe it as a normal adult man. No, he didn't, by the way. It's the first thing I said. I didn't see anybody else saying it. I see Boogie with that liar written on his cheek. I go, that's not real. Everybody's like, I can't believe he got the tattoo. So these guys, all they do is fake shit and manufacture shit. And, oh, we're in trouble for this. We're in trouble. Have they ever had anything bad happen to their YouTube? Think about that for a second. So this is now beyond somebody just being able to like call somebody up and go, oh, hey, it's me. Can you not fuck my channel up, please? Can you just restore that? There's no chance of it even happening. And if it were to happen now tomorrow to a LolCow Live episode, sorry, it's fake. It's fake. And here's why I know this. Because Keemstar, whatever his little deal with YouTube is, he goes even a step further than that. And this is the sickest and saddest part. You know, I'm sitting here whining and crying over spilt milk with YouTube's being lost. Then you got a guy like Salvo Pancake, who I think is very funny. And I like his drive, and he came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere and became Keemstar's co-host and was the most popular part of the show that he did with Keemstar. The name of the show was The Keemstar Show, and it was the Salvo Pancake Show. And like everything Keemstar does, it blew up, very quickly, meaning both it got big and then also ended very quickly. And Salvo and Keemstar had their falling out. And it has since been revealed. And this is something Salvo had always thought and said, but it has since been confirmed 100%. This is real, true. This isn't speculation. Keemstar has contacts at YouTube where when Salvo starts a new YouTube channel and Keemstar starts thinking about it and getting upset about it because Salvo says something mean about him, he calls him up and gets Salvo's channel pulled. Salvo can line. The DMs were leaked with Keemstar, where you can line up the dates of when Keemstar said, "Oh, we're getting that shit taken down," and then the day that Salvo's channel was taken down is the next day, or 2 days later, or whatever. So there are people out there who can do that. Okay. Now, that means there are people, I don't know what level they are at. There's got to be a fairly low on the totem pole level of person. It must exist that can press the button. All right. There's a button. There's a button. Keemstar can call a guy and the button cannot be pressed, or the button can be pressed. We know there's a button. That's what we've established. So who gets to press the button? Then that's the question. Well, the Indians, they press the button. Sometimes it seems like a robot sometimes presses the button. They call it their automated systems. And then I feel like every once in a while a Singaporean gets to press the button, but clearly there are like English speakers in America somewhere who press the button. Now, how did Keemstar get to be so pal with the button presser people? Keemstar's rich. Now, I would put it out there right now that if a button exists and we know that someone is low on the totem pole as an outsourced Jeet can press the button, that there must exist somebody fairly low on the totem pole, but in America and speaks English, that can theoretically a human being could get a hold of somehow and get them to start pressing buttons for a price. I'm just throwing it out there. So now I would be, if it meant the button is pressed and it cannot be unpressed, and I could get like, it wouldn't even have to be the original channel at this point. Any channel I've had that had a decent number of subscribers on it, if I could get it back at this point, I would pay a pretty good amount of money for that, like an exorbitant amount. Enough of that. Certainly any Jeet would take the amount. They'd be a millionaire in their country for the amount I'm talking here. But there must be a person like that. And what I'm saying right now is we need to find this person. They exist. Now, I don't think I can become friends with Keemstar and get access to this person. I don't think it seems pretty obvious from the DMs that leaked that even his fellow big YouTubers, he doesn't let them access this quote unquote feature he has. It's pretty clear in my eyes that when he's talking to them about this is a thing where he kind of keeps a little bit of distance with other people. He doesn't want to lose this good thing he's got going. And it's probably, why would that be? Why wouldn't he allow Mutantar, the most famous YouTube Jeet of them all? They promoted a guy from Trust and Safety in Tahajabad, India, all the way to top creator Mutantar. Why wouldn't he give that guy? You would think that guy would probably want some access, right?
If I may, Jesse.
You may.
It's probably illegal, I would assume.
Yeah.
Probably go against YouTube and be like, oh, this is an extortion scheme.
Because somebody would get fired. Because the button presser would be fired, is what I'm thinking here. I don't think, see, we start this off going, oh, all these guys have connections at YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's what's going on with Keemstar. I don't think he's got like an official connection. I think somehow, somewhere along the way, you know, back in the day, YouTube used to be a little smaller of a world, and there used to be some humans, some American humans even, you could talk to there. And if somebody's been there long enough, or, yeah, I'm just saying, these are all theories. But it must exist. And I don't know how you find something like that, but maybe one of you does. Now, I'm hoping we've assembled our best and brightest here. I need our top henchmen. I need our scientists, our technologists, and our brain trust putting their heads together. Okay. Because I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble right now. I think I've made a decent enough case here for the fact that you can't listen. You can exist outside of YouTube, but you will fail eventually without it. If you don't have a presence on it, you will fail. It cannot be done. Every guy who is exclusive to YouTube or puts all his chips in the alt basket, essentially what he's doing is putting a wall around him. You become part of a walled garden. And so you get those people and never anyone new. You'll never get a new guy from fucking Rumble. Like, unless something crazy happens in the next few months here when Rumble gets real popular out of nowhere, it's literally a website filled with bots. Nobody, like, it says there's 18 people watching on Rumble right now. Nobody has left a message in the chat over there for like almost this entire stream at this point.
I'm not giving them my phone number. Fuck that.
Meanwhile, Kick, people are talking. So you have to give them your phone number just to make a Rumble account.
Yeah.
These dudes.
Well, to be able to chat, I had to they're asking me.
That's insane. So they can't figure out any other way to beat bots. Why do they care about bots? These guys need every person they can get at Rumble. Rumble will be insolvent within a year from now. They are bleeding cash. And unless some angel investor comes in and hits a Mia Wallace style in the chest, or some company buys them or something, they're gone. There has to be some sort of giant technological cultural shift for Rumble to continue existing 1 year from today. This is math. This is simple math. The numbers are out there. We'll discuss this on a future episode. But putting any of your eggs into the Rumble basket is silly at this point. These guys should be letting anybody. That actually pisses me off for you. You have to give your phone. No wonder. I don't blame anybody for that. Well, then that explains maybe why the chat doesn't move so much on Revenge of the Sis.
Yeah.
I think we've just given them their argument for why it's not botted, but I actually do know for a fact it is botted though. Despite that, we ran a Rumble test the other day, and
yeah, what the fuck is a raw view? What the fuck was that?
So it turns out on the back end on Rumble, there are 2 view counts, and one of them's always higher than the other one. And guess which one you see when you look at a channel on Rumble? You're seeing the higher one. There's raw views, and then there's I can't remember what the other one was called now. Some
the unique views or something. Oh yeah, like
unique views.
What's unique?
Which unique sounds like it means actual people, right? That's the one where you go, oh, that's one person, one view. What a raw.
It's unique with a K.
But what you see on the front end is the raw view. So on my test where I know there weren't that many people watching, and I know it didn't get that many views, and I unlisted the video and it continued getting views. On that, there was like 700 last I checked, it might be more than this now. There's like 700 something raw views and then like 200 unique views. And by the way, I don't even believe the unique views. So it is definitely botted, but this phone number thing actually does explain quite a bit. Anyway, that pisses me off like crazy. All right, so we do need to look into, I mean, there's got to be like a LinkedIn where you can just find people who work at YouTube. One of these motherfuckers wants $10,000, you know? One of these guys must have access to the button and also would like to pay rent in Mountain View or wherever it is they're living. It's got to exist. So this is something that if you are an intrepid enough young explorer and you're listening to this and you would like to help save Podawful, because that's where we're truly at right now. All right. Because I fucked up bad, and I'm gonna explain how I fucked up bad in just a second. But if we don't figure something out here real quick, this is bad. This could be really, really bad. Or it might be really great. Maybe I'll just move to Kick permanently, and then we just have our VODs on the Pizza Fund, and I just start raking in the views. I become one of the most famous people on Kick. Me, the guy that talks about comedy shaman. I'm sure we're going to start getting a lot of views.
Really breaking through.
See, that's the amazing thing about this, like the website thing. Nobody goes to websites. It used to be you had to just search around and find stuff, and you just bump into these crazy things and fall in love with them and check them out and bookmark them, and you go back to these crazy websites, and you went from one day this was never even a thought in your head to the next day this was like, you know, your favorite thing, and then that all went away. And then YouTube replaced it a little bit, where you could find these like crazy niche streams and, you know, these weird internet characters and interesting videos and so on and so forth on YouTube. And then that all went away thanks to the Al Gore rhythm, which I assume is a dance that Al Gore invented when he brought the internet to life. And so now when you go to YouTube, so now you don't have websites you go to. You're in the YouTube, Twitter, maybe Instagram. I don't know. Some of you might still use Facebook, Snapchat, is everybody? TikTok. You're in these. You probably got like 3 or 4 websites you look at, and they're all apps and they're all social media.
I have some blogs that I look at, but even they have like a YouTube channel now.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Like do streams and stuff. Yeah.
Because you have to. Because you have podcasts don't need YouTube. But now they need YouTube. How did that happen? How is it a podcast was the last thing, by the way. That was the final frontier of unique discovery on the internet outside of, you know, the clear net, outside of the absolute top of the fucking social media conglomerasphere. And now they're all just on YouTube. And every podcast is about the same thing, and they all have the same guests, and every YouTube video is about the same shit. And if you're into the kind of stuff that Podawful talks about, at least the vague association you might make for a Podawful like show, all those other shows are fucking covering the same shit. And that's all you want to see. You're not watching, You don't want to know about a new guy. You want to know why Boogie's got liar on his cheek. You want to know about the Chris Chan arrest. I was at the Chris Chan arrest, and I still haven't watched that body cam footage. You've seen it a million times, Chris Chan getting arrested, but you're like, oh my God, I need to see 3 different people cover that. What are Null's opinions on it? The guy who says don't mess with Chris Chan. Anyway, time to sit and watch and laugh and make fun of Chris Chan's arrest and make money from doing it. That's not touching the poo-poo. Don't touch the poo-poo. Fuck, I hate that phrase. Anyway. So I'm fucked. I'm fucked with this without YouTube. And yes, it is. Yes, I can just make another YouTube. I have made another YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. It's going to have, you know, I'll be lucky to have a third of the subscribers as the last channel, which had half of the subscribers of the channel before that, and half, and then way less than half of the original. And you know, I don't even know what I can do. Like, I'm not even sure, like, can I re-upload the old episodes? Some of you guys have my episodes uploaded to YouTube, so and there's no problem. So presumably I should be able to upload them, but it seems like when I do it, then it becomes a problem and the channel gets deleted. Now this is another crazy thing that happened. So in order to get the channel going a little bit faster, the last time we got a friend, he actually here with us right now? Let's see. I don't think so. Unless he's changed his name again. He used to be called, in Discord, he was called Sven Computer. Now he's called Ahoy Goy or something like that. When you guys like permanently change your names like this, that's really trans of you to do to me. Like, I just suddenly have to know you by a brand new name, and now I don't know what to call you, especially the ones of you who I don't really even know your real names, or maybe I do and I pretend I don't. It becomes very, very difficult to keep track of you guys. But anyway, that guy, nice guy, watching the show a long time. He's mostly just interested in Steven Crowder, but he seems to enjoy the show. And by God, the guy did the right thing years ago, and he was re-uploading Podawful content. And he had a good little archive. It wasn't everything, but it was some good episodes, a few of them up. He had like it was all Podawful. He didn't have any original stuff on there, I don't think. It was all Podawful content. He had like 400 something subscribers off of that. And this dude offered up giving me that channel so that I wouldn't be starting from zero the last time I had to restart a channel. Okay. That's the channel that just got terminated. And so I went into it going, okay, great. This is a nice little kickstart. There's old videos on here that are Podawful. So it kind of like blends in a little bit here. This channel's existed for a while. It's already got subs. A lot. I mean, presumably every single one of those subs were people who were still watching the show probably at that point. Certainly a lot of them would have been. So it's not like they're going to be pissed off that I'm taking it over. That'd probably be nice for them. There's me, the actual Podawful, taking it over. And it's not like when, Milhip bought some Spanish language YouTube channel with 6,000 subscribers and they all start mass unsubscribing because they're like, what the fuck is this horrifying shit I'm having to see now? What is wrestling and why is it so gay? So that was very nice. So he transferred the ownership of the channel to me. He no longer had any connection to it. He no longer had any access to it. This was all agreed upon. And I thought that meant everything was good. And no, in fact, it's crazy what happened. So Angie lost her channel because my channel was actively connected to hers. My account was actively connected to hers. This guy's channel, his YouTube account, his Gmail account, whatever, was no longer actively connected and had not been since I took it over. In fact, I didn't do a single thing on the channel until I had full ownership of it. This dude lost every YouTube account he had when I lost mine. The day I lost all my accounts, he posted in Discord, said, did anybody else just lose like all of their gully bombing accounts, everything? All of my YouTube accounts are gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I for a second, I thought, oh, damn, maybe that's why they're getting rid of me. Maybe it's not just me. Maybe everybody's getting their like trolling accounts purged. Maybe they finally figured out that one. And then I realized, no, it's just me and him. And then Angie. So he got deleted because he used to own that account. He's not banned from, again, this is why it has nothing to do with ban evasion this time. He's not banned from YouTube. He was not already banned from YouTube. He lost every YouTube account because I did. Because they used to be connected. Now, I made a critical error while starting season Ephemeral Obscura. I went into the season knowing at any point, I thought instantly, really, my first fear ever, whenever starting a new YouTube channel, is it'll go down within a week. I'll stream maybe one time and it's going to go down. We currently actively have a person, mostly one guy, but people who are reporting. They're absolutely reporting this stream right now on YouTube. I know for a fact they're sitting here listening to all of this. In fact, everything I say right now is a fact-finding mission for them on how to do it and what to do. Now, in reality, what they'll just sit there and do is pathetically hit every type of report that they can do that only takes a few clicks on this stream, and they'll do it on every video, and then they'll do it on the channel itself. And then they'll log into alt accounts and do it on all of those. And presumably it'll seem like enough people are reporting that YouTube might actually look into it. That's what really happened. Is just spamming the report button. Report abuse. No big deal. Fine. I get it. I make you mad. You don't have an argument against the things I say. I make fun of one of your guys. That's what it always is. I don't even have to know who it is to know that. There's never been a time where one of these guys is upset with me where I didn't make fun of their favorite internet man. And you've got nothing. You feel so powerless against my words that you need to remove them from the internet. You're a fairy. You are the highest order of loser. You're a cephalopod. You're nothing. And so it gives you a little, it gives you a little rush, a little kick, a little giggle to get rid of me, to make things painful for me. And then, of course, my family and children. And you laugh it off and you say to yourself, I will get a real job, as if your job at Foot Locker or the Gay Sex Factory or wherever is a real job. Like, none of your jobs are real jobs, by the way. Even if you're a mechanic.
And it's being generous to assume they have any type of even fake job.
Listen, I'm not one of these, you're living in your parents' basement, whatever. I'm not going to pull that card. It's too easy. and too fake. It's hack. It's nothing. It's not true almost every single time. They're getting their jollies off because I made them mad. This is what we do. I'm not retarded. I know what this is. We don't report people like out of nowhere for no reason, but I will. I mean, like if I find out it's somebody with a YouTube channel, bye-bye to your YouTube channel too. Like make sure you want to play this game. But you know, you are literally hurting my family. Fine. Okay. Yes. I could go get a real job. Tell me where you work. I'll get an application. Maybe I'll try to take yours. I bet they'd hire me. I really don't have a real job, but let's think of how mission critical any of your jobs are really in the grand scheme of things. I just have a feeling anybody with the time to be sitting there reporting because I made fun of some other internet man, they may not be, you know, the president of nuclear science or whatever. I don't know what a real job would even be at this point. Any of them kind of seem fake to me at this point. I only believe in one real job, and it's the one that we never paid anybody for, picking cotton. So if you don't pick cotton, I don't really think you've got a job. Sorry, but I respect African Americans too much to allow you to even claim stolen job valor that way. Anyway, I don't claim it. This is definitely not a real job. But neither's yours. So I made a critical error. I went into this going, all right, any moment it all goes away again. What do we do? What is season Ephemeral Obscura? And the idea I arrived to, by the way, I arrived to this idea before the season. This was not something, this was planned ahead of time. But I did not think it through. I did it wrong. The plan was stream every episode to multiple YouTube accounts, have as many clip channels as possible, have as many people archiving on their own as possible, and have it all ready to go for the next time. And then when that channel goes down, you just hop over to the next one and the next one. It's a Hydra scenario. Okay. And I think I described this at the beginning of the season, or maybe I just said it in Discord at some point. I think some people are at least vaguely aware of this. Yes. Do we kind of understand this?
The Podawful TV network?
The Podawful TV network. So this is why I say, please, clips. And I hate clips. I hate them conceptually. There's a part of me that when I say, we had a whole episode where the whole point of the clipping thing was to make fun of clips. I think Podawful might be the most unclippable show that's ever existed, and I designed it that way, which is I'm shooting myself in the foot, and I could just change it tomorrow. It's whatever I want it to be, but I don't want it to be something else. If we are streaming permanently on a site like Kick, I can't be doing Podawful the way we've been doing it. It's a different show instantly. The second it goes to a different platform, Rumble maybe. But Kick is a streaming service. It is not a video service. And it is a disservice to try to do the show the way I do it if it's completely impossible. And it's almost completely impossible on YouTube as it is. Everything now is a long stream and then you upload clips. And I do slow burns that are telling a story, and you kind of need to see it from the very beginning to the very end to fully grasp what's going on. There might be like a funny little thing here or there that's sits on its own, but there's probably references to shit that happened earlier in the episode, even in that. That doesn't work anymore. That's not what people do. That's not what people watch. I've known that since before this. So I was going against my own instincts by saying, clip the stuff. And I said at the beginning of the season, you can re-upload full episodes. As long as they're not Pizza Fund episodes, you can re-upload any full episode, full preview show, and monetize it. I don't care. Go ahead, do it. The Hassan way. I'm a communist now. And that was all part of the Ephemeral Obscura thing. When it goes away, when the main channel goes away, and then the person sits there and types into YouTube, what happened? Where'd Podawful go? Then the next channel might come up, or one of the hundreds of other ones. So I had been streaming secretly to 3 different channels every single episode. And at first I did them publicly, but then I started making them private just in case. So if anything went wrong on the main channel, I could get rid of it on the backup channels before YouTube hit them. Here's the critical error. The 2 clip channels I had, which by the way, one of those clip channels was a channel that belonged to somebody else that they just gave me. Scott from Australia. Scott's weekly sacrifice channel. He made the ultimate weekly sacrifice. All those episodes, unless he's got them saved, all of those shows are now gone. That was a little fan show that he and several cult members did for a while. All that's gone. They took that one down. I was stupid. I should have made all of these different channels completely disconnected from one another, which you can't really completely disconnect. Like, I deleted YouTube entirely off my phone and then re-downloaded it, and it instantly knew all of my Gmail accounts. It tried to get me to log back into the account they had just terminated when I re-downloaded it after wiping all YouTube info off of my phone. So that's a very hard thing to do, especially when you now have to verify. They're making it harder and harder to make Gmail accounts. You have to verify with a phone number. It can't be a VoIP number. You know, you can't even use Google Voice. That's their phone numbers. You can't use those to verify. It is real tough to make new accounts now. And then YouTube on top of that requires you to verify with a phone number to get all the features of YouTube, because they're trying to stop this exact same thing from happening. So when I was handed over these beautiful channels, I should have put those on their own separate thing, but instead they were all under the same banner on one account where I could just easily switch between them. And that's where it all went wrong. Now, I will never make that mistake again if I have the option, if I have the choice to do it. But I still have to figure out ways around YouTube and Google being so insidious and nefarious and having their finger all the way up my ass and all the way up your asses as well. I don't have an unlimited number of legitimate phone numbers I can use. I've already used all of the legitimate phone numbers I can use on all these other accounts, which the second you reuse it on one of these things, they take notice. That's okay. These 2 accounts, they're probably connected. Okay. These 2 accounts are now also probably connected. Oh, this guy did something wrong on this account. Ban them all. I mean, they literally banned a guy who was not connected to the account anymore after banning me. So, with that said, this new YouTube I have set up, if you haven't subscribed to it yet, you can go find it at podawful.tv. Just click through and go hit subscribe. I'm going to give it, I've uploaded every episode I can to it right now from this past season. I right now have a limit on how many videos I can upload a day. I guess live streaming doesn't have a limit. I don't know, because it's even though I've hit that limit, it's allowing me to live stream right now. So we'll see what goes on with that. I don't have all of the YouTube features right now. This channel will probably have no subs basically for a long time. I have to, in order to upload my videos, I have to make a copy of the video and then upload it, because otherwise YouTube might detect that I'm the same guy because I'm uploading the exact same file, which means I have to do that with the thumbnails for the episode, because they could just detect that too, which means I have to do it with the profile picture, which is why there is no profile picture yet on there. Anything that's ever been uploaded to YouTube before by me, I cannot upload that exact copy or that exact file again. I have to copy it.
What?
Who?
What?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Urquhart's in trouble, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse.
Yeah.
You say you're not able to upload, but you are able to stream. Would you be able to live stream past episodes to basically get them on the books?
Well,
without the limit.
I was already planning to do that with so I'm going to put the Shaman and Susan episodes back up. I'm doing it.
Let's
why not?
Those two videos I had to re-edit and put back up. And when I put them back up, neither of them got in trouble. Again, I didn't have a video get taken down or anything immediately before. There were days between that Susan episode getting taken down. Then I re-upload, then I take their little course and I do the whole thing. I completely re-edit it to get rid of all the bad stuff from it. I even give Susan a big smile on the thumbnail. And
nice
then it did not get in trouble again. Like normally when you get in trouble for a video and something's wrong with the video and you get terminated over it, you still get that email about that specific video. That didn't happen in this case. So I think my edited version is okay. I mean, again, the original version of the Shaman episode's okay. There was no nudity. I censored it. But I am going to put the censored versions back up. But I figured with the Susan one, I would stream it to beat the detection that it was already uploaded before. And then 2, I might stream it just from the start of the theme song, get rid of the whole intro part, and then just the part after that. I feel like everything after the theme song is slightly more acceptable on there, even with all of my edits. And then I'm going to leave out her name. Here's where I think I have also fucked up. I think my descriptions are fucking me up. It's clearly not a good idea to talk too much YouTube shop on YouTube, particularly in these very sensitive areas like the Susan question. But I think I'm drawing more attention to it and myself by putting her name in the description or in the tags or that kind of stuff. When I uploaded the censored version for YouTube, I actually took the description from a video that was like actually very positive about her and stuff. And I put that, the description had nothing to do with Podawful. I literally stole it from another YouTube video that is fine and up. So I figured that would be okay. And then what else? I did something else. Oh, I also feel like I am shooting myself in the foot by labeling the episodes comedy. That's something I've realized. You know, you can categorize YouTube videos, and so they're all categorized comedy. And I don't think YouTube likes it when you make fun of a thing, even when it's not something like that. I think, you know, it used to be that putting satire in the tags or description of your YouTube video would actually help it. You're giving the context that this is a work of satire. You don't actually mean these things. And then I think that stopped at some point. I think they realized like maybe people were abusing that to try to get away with stuff. And I feel like using the comedy tag at this point, not tag, the comedy category at this point is actually putting a target on your back. So I made that one news or something. I think I made it news and politics or whatever the that category is called. Whichever one has news in it. Maybe that hurt it. Maybe it helped. I don't know. Certainly what I've been doing isn't helping. But yes, I was already planning to stream those and put them back up. And if those can't go back up, then, you know, I need to know that. I need to know that before going hog wild on this channel and going, okay, this is the one. This is why you haven't seen me say, okay, here's the new YouTube channel. I haven't connected it to anything yet. I haven't even put the logo on there yet. Because we're in a gray area right now. And it could easily get taken down again. I just want to see. I want to see if I put all the episodes back up there, what happens. Which brings me to this point. In order for Podawful to survive, we need YouTube. Gotta have it. And so I'm coming hat in hand. I'm just begging. I'm just straight up begging. I'm not e-begging. I'm not waitress begging. This isn't a money thing. Okay? In fact, I don't plan to try to monetize the channel again this time, even though I hate the idea that they'll be running ads on my shit. And I'm not getting a cut of it. That's pretty cucked. But I don't know if I'll monetize again. This is not a money thing when it comes to this YouTube shit. I need people to archive the episodes on their own personal YouTube channels. Doesn't have to be like the one you use all the time, but make a channel and you could restream. I do not give a shit. Like I feel like I've shot myself in the foot for years by being very protective over my content, which I understand. I get that. But it is, I believe I'm right to be that way. I have not changed my opinions on this at all. I just realize it's a losing game. Now it worked fine for a while, but this is not going to continue working this way. So I've scared people off from being willing to do. I think people think I'm like lying or testing them when I say you can re-upload this stuff, you can monetize it, you can do whatever you want with it. Again, as long as it's not a Pizza Fund only full episode. And sometimes I've even allowed people to clip those and put them out if they ask me first. But I'm not talking about something where you have to ask me first. Let me be very clear. And I don't care what, you can even do this on not YouTube, but YouTube is the one that's important here. Every episode of the show ends by saying, keep uploading clips. YouTube hates it. Upload fuck clips. Upload full episodes. All right. Mad at the internet style. He's got fucking 5 people archiving that terrible stream of him going, here's what I saw on Kiwi Farms today. How many archives do you even need of that? People go watch him on Odyssey. He doesn't even need the YouTube. He's got his own website that people go to. This is only a problem for me because I'm nobody. I have no, we've got such a small number of people here. So if you would like to see Podawful continue, I need some of you right now to pledge to archiving the show. Every episode.
Already have been doing it.
Every episode, put it up. Podawful in the title at the very least. I don't even really care that much about linking back. It's nice if you do that. Every episode in full on a channel, ready to go. Do whatever from there on, do whatever you want with it. Okay? People think I'm like super Mr. DMCA with this shit. And I think that's why nobody does. I know there are people who want to do it. And I think they're scared to do it. And that's my fault. I did that. So, mea culpa. I was wrong. You were right. I'm sorry. I've never, by the way, DMCA'd anybody with who didn't just outright steal from me and was an asshole. I'm not sure I even care about the assholes anymore at this point. More Podawful on YouTube, the better. Clog their fucking systems with it. Fuck YouTube.
Here.
I want to hurt YouTube with my show. It clearly hurts them. They want it to go away so bad. And if you're one of these people who's been screaming at me about these alt platforms to use, number one, you're still using YouTube. And number two, you hate YouTube. Well, if you hate it, join me in this crusade. You want me on an alt platform? Help keep me on YouTube so I can afford it. Right? I cannot afford, and again, not monetarily, I mean creatively, I mean eyeballs. I cannot afford it to make one of these alt platforms my main thing. I'm looking at them right now. Okay. I can see that I could not possibly afford to do that. Kick is decent, but again, it's not a video website. It's for streamers. It's for guys who are going to sit there for 9 hours just talking, no plans, not a beginning. There's no intros or any of that. In fact, there's supposed to be like 20 minutes of playing a song while a countdown happens while you wait for the guy to show up. That's not what I do. If you want it to be what I do, I can become a Kick guy, I guess. But right now, I cannot afford it. So if you hate YouTube, put Podawful on YouTube. Now that's big.
I have an important question about that.
Go ahead.
So I know we're having problems with the flaggots at the moment. Should we wait to be linking people our re-upload channel, or should we just be like, no, here it is, like immediately? Try to share it as much as possible, or wait a little bit.
That's a good question. Listen, we have a channel in Discord for Podawful clips, right? And I started this channel for this reason, knowing that this is what we have to do, what we need to do. And I just did not push enough. I know I have to say a thing 5 times and I have to literally beg in order to make anything happen, because people think I'm just joking, or they don't feel like it. And then they go, where'd Podawful go? How come there's no show? Like, remember the last time the show went down, how long it took before the next episodes happened? That was more than one thing happening there that caused that, but it certainly didn't help that the channel went. Every time the channel goes down, it's like I'm back into testing mode and research and development mode. So to answer your question, Always. I mean, listen, if you are uploading Podawful stuff, it doesn't matter how small or stupid or repetitive it is. By the way, you're uploading the show that I'm uploading, the entirety of it. You can post it in the Podawful clips section of the Discord. And I encourage everybody to go there. There's people who have been doing stuff like that. Guys like Smokane has I think still has his channel. Luckily, I was smart enough not to ever try to get him to connect with mine. But Stalin or Stallion, it turns out he pronounces it Stallion. He's uploaded some clips. Who else? There's all sorts of people who upload stuff. I encourage everyone, even if you don't want to ever have to upload or archive anything. And I am specifically begging for people to archive full episodes. Okay? Which takes less work than clipping. Really. It's more storage, I guess, but less work.
Speaking of, is there a good tool for that? I mean, as far as ripping it from the site,
we'll come to that in a second. Remind me to come back to that. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I do want to touch on that. I encourage the people who don't clip to go to the clips section. Go give those people some love. They're the people who are not just keeping Podawful alive, but also forcing it into the eyeballs of the people who hate Podawful. Which, of course, maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe that's why we get people flagging the show. But isn't that the fun part? Isn't it funny? I was watching a YouTube video on my phone when the channel got terminated. And I knew. I was watching a video, and out of nowhere, I knew I didn't lose internet. It starts doing the pinwheel, spinning, trying to load. And I go, I just lost my channel. I just knew in my heart that that's what happened. And I laughed. And then I go to check, and sure enough, it's gone. And then I check my email, and sure enough, they've terminated it. And I just laughed. And then the next one got terminated. And I go, oops, probably shouldn't have connected those accounts. And then the next one, oh God. And then the next one. And then Angie messages. And then Sven Computer says he's losing everything. And I stopped laughing. But isn't it fun? Kind of. It's a little fun to, generate the hate mail. So I encourage everybody to...
I enjoy forcing Podawful in people's eyes.
Yes.
I find it, to be sort of enjoyable, cathartic experience.
And, one day, if I were to ever seize power in any even slight way, like a tiny little sliver of it, the smallest Karen-style modicum of power, Ludovico technique, it will be pumped into people's eyeballs, specifically the people who hate it. In fact, I might restrict access to Podawful to the people who like it. They won't get to see it anymore. It's only for people who dislike it. So, thank you to everybody who has archived in the past, has been archiving, has been clipping, all of that stuff. Did you have something
for the tool?
Yeah, I'm coming back to that.
All right, you said remind you. And it kind of sounded like you forgot.
No, I feel like there could be a little bit more time before we get back.
Getting there.
I'm getting there. I was actually just about to say it right when you said
perfect.
That.
See, it's perfect.
All right, so this is where we need our top scientists, our tricknologists, and all this kind of stuff. I think if I can't listen. So right now, we use Vimeo for the pizza fund. That might change soon. We've been working on some technology where, they always say, oh, you're tired of getting kicked off of YouTube? Build your own YouTube, right? Just build your own YouTube. Well, we did. I'm not joking. It's a thing. we built a YouTube. Now, if I could afford, if I was a big enough person where I was making enough money where I could afford to let other people upload shit to it, I could do that. I'm literally talking about a platform where anybody could sign up and upload videos. We made one. It's in the testing phase right now. We're just trying things out. And it worked. And we might port things over to that for the pizza fund. But currently, with the setup that we've got, I have it, and I don't really know what happens when you change this, but I have it set up to not allow downloads on the videos. When our YouTube channel goes down, the pizza fund, podawful.com, even the free episodes are still up. Okay? I pay for that out of my own pocket. This is what you're paying for in the pizza fund, is to help keep my own personal archive up, including free shows. You can go there right now, no account, and watch episodes for free. I don't know that that will always be the case, so you might want to go do that now. Podawful.com, bookmark it. No subscription, no payment, no account. There are tons of free episodes, and they're still up because I do this. And I pay exorbitant prices for this. Anyway, I've always set it to not allow downloads simply to make it easier for when they are Pizza Fund only episodes. Distinguishing between those two every time would be an extra step. It would be annoying. I don't actually know what happens when you allow down. Like, I don't know if there's a button right there in the player that allows.
Well, there is on the audio only. So if in the little 3 dots on the audio, there's just straight up a download button.
What I might do is have Richard. I don't know if he's listening to this, or maybe he will. What I might do is see if we can jerry rig some sort of way to just put a download button built into the site right on there, so that any half of a fool can get it going. No offense, but can figure out how to do it. Now, there are tools, and they're very easy, and really anyone should be able to do them, but you might not know about them. There are tools where you can easily go rip it right off of the site. Some of our scientists and our technologists here, what are some? I mean, there's YouTube. What is it? YTDL. What is it?
YouTube DL. I use one called Stasher. STACHER. Very easy to use. Works on YouTube and other platforms. Free.
I use JDownloader, but it's a little more tricky.
Yeah, so and I'm on Mac, so I use what is this thing called? 4K. It's literally called 4K Video Downloader. It's not great. It's pretty good. It's literally the same thing as everything they're saying. All of these things are just variants and forks off of the same thing.
Just come into the Discord.
Here's what I'm thinking. Somebody who really knows this stuff, maybe Trevor. Is Trevor here?
Yeah.
Trevor has his own service that he coded to do this.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you really know this stuff, maybe type up a thing and put it in the clips channel for people so that everybody can do this. I'll see about just having a built-in way to download it. If that's a possible thing. I don't really know how that would work. I'm not sure it is. I know if we switch over to this our own YouTube, our own built YouTube system, that it would actually be fairly easy. I don't know that I would want to do it because it would probably cost me a lot of money. But maybe we'll take a look at it. We'll figure it out. But there's a lot. I mean, literally just Google how to download video off of website, and there's plenty of articles and things. YTDL PEYTDLG, DDLG, daddy, little girl, adult baby diaper lover. All of these things can do it. Greg's in chat saying he tried to rip them and it's a hassle. I don't know how it's a hassle.
I can do it through JDownloader, but it's more finicky and like with YouTube, it's annoying because they make you sign into YouTube to download from it. But they can get like every asset from every website.
This wouldn't be that. Oh, that's another thing too. Is I always put the YouTube version as the main one you see on the website. Just to get the views on there. But I am thinking that maybe I will definitely do, if I do monetize a channel, if I somehow manage to keep a channel long enough to monetize, which it didn't take very long to get the last, I think within a week I had the last channel monetized. Again, I'm not sure I will monetize it, but if I do, I will definitely get Richard to do this. This is something we've talked about before. I've asked him about is I think there should probably be a feature on the site where you are able to switch between the YouTube version and the backup version as what you're watching. I pitched it to Richard as Pizza Funder should be able to switch to an ad-free version so that you don't have to watch the YouTube version, which has ads on it. Even though everybody here should probably use a blocker, but you do not. I expect and hope everybody uses an ad blocker when they watch on YouTube. My stuff that does not. You're not taking, food out of my mouth when you do that. I want you to do that, but anyway, we'll figure it out. There's lots of very easy ways to rip video. I don't know why Greg's saying he had a problem with it. He says YTDLG. So like it should be fairly
there's a lot
easy.
of third-party stuff, and I'm familiar with those. The reason I asked is because I did notice that the audio only has just a button to press. I wasn't sure if
It's like built into most websites.
I'll put it like this. I don't want to sit here and explain. One, it's annoying to sit here and try to explain something like this, and you're not going to take it in while we're sitting here anyway. But two, some of what I would have to describe to you are like, I'm basically giving you ways you could steal Pizza Fund content. It's not really. You would have to have bought a Pizza Fund account at some point. Which which I've never said like you can't download Pizza Fund episodes for yourself to keep. I don't make it easy because that doesn't do me any favors. But
it's like a stopgap. I mean, if it's something you can reverse, like if you. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm capable of using like YouTube downloaders and stuff.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Well, there are lots of ways to do it. It's funny. One guy, what I would have to explain to you right now. Again, you would have to sign up for the Pizza Fund at least one time to do this. So this would be a very stupid thing to do. But there was one guy who was stealing Pizza Fund stuff for a while who used an exploit with this sort of thing that has been since patched, by the way. You can't do this anymore, but I'm still not going to explain it in detail, where it was another kind of a little bit of a stupid move on my part, doing something. I was doing something a little wrong, and then they used the services we're talking about to exploit the thing I was doing wrong to continue stealing Pizza Fund stuff after no longer having an account. Again, they did have an account though, so now I know who it was. Very, very stupid. Took me a while to figure this one out though, because I was looking for the guy who's logged in, and he hadn't had an account for a while. So, these are all things that you can easily Google and figure out. And honestly, if you're using the standard YouTube downloader stuff that everybody uses. It is not. I know it says YouTube, but you can download almost any video service thing with these things.
Yeah.
It is not hard. You shouldn't be having any difficulty once you know what you're doing with them. We'll just say that. So yeah, if somebody wants to be a hero and do a write-up on that, because again, I'm a Mac guy. I am not using that stuff. I'm probably not the best guy to write that. Whatever Trevor uses is amazing because he's able to download stuff while it's still live streaming.
Yeah, it's YTDLP.
Yeah, but I've attempted using that to do that, and it does not work the same for me. It's very
You have
strange.
to there's a command line, whatever it's called,
flag for doing it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so that's that's that. So archive. I am not going to DMCA you. I'm not coming after you for it. Put it up there. Do whatever. I don't give a shit. Put your watermark over it. I don't fucking care. I literally do not care at this point. Your channel could become bigger than mine. By the way, that's what happened with Angie. Her channel was bigger than mine. I was never mad about that. I thought that was hilarious. Actually, I was happy for her. And of course, her biggest video on the channel was not a Podawful video. It's like one of the rare not Podawful things she uploaded. This is vaguely related. It was a Gabby Hanna video, or at least I think the last time I looked, she had this Gabby Hanna compilation that had like 1 million views on it. Which is crazy. I don't think I've ever even gotten 1 million views on anything. I think the most I've ever gotten was 100,000. She just made a compilation.
I thought that Santa Cruz Joker one had like a pretty pretty sizable amount, but I don't remember how much.
I don't even remember. I know I interviewed this insane female rapper named Cupcake one time, and that video got 100,000 views right before the channel was terminated. It was like sitting at 90,000 some for years. And then one day it finally crawled over, and then I lost the YouTube account. That's the only one I know of that got that big. There might have been another one, but yeah, anyway. So Angie's videos always did better than mine. It's just my content chopped up, but hers are better. All right, that's number one. That's a big ask. And I'm literally, listen, don't think I'm not asking you. If you hear my voice right now, I'm asking you to do it. And you don't have to set anything up with, there's no official, can I do it? You don't have to message me about this. Just don't upload full Pizza Fund only. You can upload when I put out a preview, the full preview. It's like 45 minutes most of the time. It's a pretty big preview. You can put that up. You don't have to ask anything. Just not the Pizza Fund ones. That's it. If you have to pay to see it, don't put it up. That's the only thing. We don't need to bring ink and paper into this. And that's a big ask. It's a really big ask, and I'm asking a lot of people. I have an even bigger ask. This is how you know I'm dead serious about this. Like, we're in dire straits, big trouble here. Probably should have started with this because people are starting to tune out. But I do have to ask, does anybody, actually, let me just start with the people here, and then you can answer this in chat as well if you're not in the Discord. Does anyone here already have a channel where they have been uploading Podawful stuff and people have been watching it and perhaps subscribing to it?
Yes.
I got like
not
30
those last
subs
parts.
over the last few weeks.
Not those last parts. I mean, even if it's
it got deleted.
Even if it's like 2. Oh, what? You had a Podawful channel that got deleted?
Yeah, I had that YouTube police account ages ago, and then it got banned.
What was on there?
A couple of re-uploads of like, I think, just segments of shit.
Okay. Why did it get banned?
Like, it just had a few. I think because there was also a few videos of me bullying people.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you had the Pirate Rufio stuff, right?
Yeah, I had the Pirate Rufio shit, and I think it was probably him putting a gun to his head that got it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, Podawful rips in chat. Podawful rips English AXXO. What? I that's so funny. I made an account with a very similar name to that one of the last times I got terminated. Like and subscribe for stolen Podawful episodes. Please do. Awful archivist and shit. All right, listen. Here's what I'm doing. All right. Big ask. Gotta do it. And I mean, this is big. I gotta ask it. And nobody has to answer this right now or publicly at all. But if you have a Podawful, and by the way, I'm only asking if you have Podawful only clips or uploads, okay? If you have your own personal stuff on there, I'm not asking you. And I don't, that doesn't mean like, oh, I'll take them, I'll unpublish them, I'll delete them. I'm not talking to you, okay? If you have been running a YouTube channel of any kind that has entirely Podawful stuff on it, even if it's just a few things, doesn't have to be gigantic. Now this is where it gets crazier. Okay, I'm getting my asks are getting bigger here, and if you have no warnings or strikes on it, has to be 0 ever. Can't even be, oh, I had a warning and then it expired. Nothing. A completely clean bill. You have some number of subscribers. It is not your main YouTube account. You don't want this to be your main, like, you know, when you log into Gmail, it's just, that's the one. This has got to be the kind of thing where you had to switch over to it. And this is the biggest ask part. And most importantly, you have already or can already verify the channel yourself using your personal phone number, which, by the way, I just found this out the hard way. When you do that on YouTube, that phone number, you never get to see it again. So, you know, like when on like Twitter or a lot of other websites, they make you verify something with a phone number, and then you give it like a week and you can go in and just delete the phone number. And it's like in your settings and you can just get rid of it. Did you know you can't do that with YouTube? It's nowhere. It's not in your Google settings. Go ahead and check. Don't believe me? Try it out. You give them that verify phone number and you ain't ever getting it back. There's nowhere for it. You can't even look at it. You can't even see that you did it at some point. Beyond, you know, you have the new verification features or whatever. Okay? So I would never have access to that number. But I am asking if someone has an account like that, they are willing to hand it over to me fully. Now, I have already told you what happened with the last guy that did this. This is a huge ask. I understand, but I got to ask it. I have to ask it because here's why this is so important. To make the YouTube account that some of you are now watching this on right this second took so much jumping through hoops, over hurdles, and in the end, it's probably still linked back to all my other shit, even though I took every precaution for it not to be. It almost certainly is. And I realize now, because I was thinking about that Keemstar shit, the way he got away with that, supposedly, the way the story goes, is somebody else just made the channel entirely. They made their own Google account, their own YouTube channel, and then they just gave him the password and login for it. That's what I'm asking for here. And I need it. If we assume the channel that is up right now stays up, I need at least 2 of those. Huge ask. I know. Not looking for anybody to answer that right now. DM me about it. It cannot be connected to any main account you own in any way. It has to be a completely separate entity, meaning you can't just easily switch from one to the other, because you will run the risk of your account being deleted if you do this. I'm not going to ask anybody to run that risk. So it's a lot of requirements. Maybe somebody out there fits the bill. I need it. And in the future, if anybody's getting a wild hair about them to start archiving, set up those archives like that. Set them up completely separate from everything, if you can. Because I am going to have to quantum leap from account to account this way, probably for the rest of time, until we find some idiot who will let me pay them $10,000 to press a button. So whichever one of those things comes first, or my death, that seems to be the way it's going to have to go here. Or, you know, unless somehow magic. Also, by the way, there's one more bulletproof shield, it seems, when it comes to all of this. The one thing that cures your inability to be on YouTube, and that's that you can just instantly have over 100,000 subscribers, and all of them are sending in money to YouTube. I don't think that one's going to happen. I don't think we're ever going to be there. What with keeping the show a secret and everything. But that one seems to work. All these guys who've been banned from YouTube, and then they just come back one day and they've got they're actual famous, and they've got tons of people watching. Somehow they get to keep those channels. You know, think of a few examples. So that's going to have to be the method from now on. This is why. This is by the way, this methodology is what like Red Bar is emulating. He's got all these different, supposedly these different people everywhere who are uploading clips, but he's not banned. He has a YouTube account. He just doesn't use it. And he's never been banned. He's lied and said he got banned on YouTube before, but he's always had the same YouTube account. He's like stealing banned valor. It's like when back in the day when Mersh was like, it's a tough time to be a comedian on YouTube, but he had never been banned. Meanwhile, I had. So like, there's a very odd system in place, and it is an enigma. And even with all the times I have been terminated from YouTube, I've been banned, I've learned very little from it. Not like, oh, I need to learn my lesson and not be so bad on the YouTube. My whole thing is be bad on the YouTube. I don't plan on learning that lesson by any means. But what I mean is usually like, all right, like back in the day with Facebook, many of you were part of the cult back in the Facebook days, and we were getting banned left and right all the time. But the cool thing about it was every time you did, you learned a little trick, a little way around it, it would get harder. They kept making it harder and harder to make new accounts. And that's partially why we abandoned Facebook. But you did kind of learn from it. You kind of figured out, oh, this triggered that. And okay, you can't do this. Oh, and when you sign up, you don't want to do this. There's none of that with Google. I truly believe that every time I get terminated, they do it. I think they know it's me every time. I think when I sign up, they know from day one it's me, right? And they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the next time to get rid of me. Make a few bucks off of me and then get rid of me. Learn a little bit more about me to feed into the AI. And then sell that off and get rid of me. And I literally think that their methodology for terminating ban evaders is to confound and confuse. Because never do they do the same thing twice when it comes to banning. Meaning the first time I ever got terminated on YouTube for Podawful. I'd been terminated on something else before that. The first time that happened, they instantly got rid of every channel I owned under that account. The next time, they didn't. In fact, I still own multiple YouTube channels under that account. And I just went, well, I can't open a new Podawful one, or turn one of these into Podawful on that account. Surely they'll get rid of it right away, right? So then I opened up a Podawful channel on a different account I already had set up. And then it lasted however long it did. And then they got rid of that, but not all of the other accounts. So I went, well, okay, this time I'll just make the new one on this account again. And that worked for a while until I got terminated. And now this time, not only did I have the one Gmail account connected to these multiple Podawful YouTubes, I had the email account from that time where they didn't get rid of all of the channels connected to some of those channels. Some of the channels went down this time, but not all of them. And then some of the ones that were connected to both accounts went down, but not all of them. There's no rhyme or reason. You cannot untangle this ball. You'll never figure out what they're trying to do. What are the rules? And that's it. There are no rules. YouTube, their TOS, their guidelines, it's a game of Calvin ball. And that's why it'll never be explained to me what I did wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. And by the way, even the people who are going to sit there and go, well, you're ban evading, even if they didn't say that's it, you still aren't allowed on the platform. But the first time I got kicked off, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break the rules that time. And that's the most egregious one. It's the one that is the most clear cut that I did not break the rules on that one. And I won't relitigate what that one was, but if you know, you know. I have never been legitimately banned because they're just making it up. And so if their rules if they can just make it up as they go, then I'm not going to ever follow them. It's just silly. Every single day, you go on YouTube and see people break these rules and nothing happens to them. You can go on there right now and watch an Asian twink shave his asshole into camera, lift up his nutsack and wink at you with what's below. But I had a fully censored man get a video taken down for nudity. The people in charge of determining whether or not something is nudity live in countries where nudity is a crime. You think that these people could ever reasonably enforce the contextual differences in artistic merit and sexuality? Some of them aren't allowed to show ankle. I don't know how they allow any YouTube video up. And the fact that there are cock ring try-on videos that have lasted longer than some of my YouTube channels goes to show you that there's a gay guy sitting at a button somewhere with Keemstar in his ear going, not today, Indian. So it's all just made up. It's all just crap. And unfortunately, we all eat that crap. Is there anybody here who does not use YouTube? Speak now.
I mean, I don't give a shit about this account. You can just have my.
That's not what I'm asking you. Do you watch YouTube? Is my question.
I mean, yeah.
Of course you do. There's not a person here who doesn't exist. I want to bring websites back. I want you to be able to go to a website and not have it be gamified and not have forced community and not have forced social media, which is the most antisocial thing that's ever existed. I want to antisocial engineer the internet. But unfortunately, you have to be on YouTube to do it. You have to destroy it from within. So please help us destroy it. One day, sooner than you think, they're going to start running out of space. And every nerd, every geek, every tech head out there will tell you, nah, we'll figure out quantum computing. And no, actually, every year we make the storage smaller. And there's a limited amount of physical space in reality. Okay, on the earth at the very least. And there's a limited amount of power. And all of these things, all of this data, all this crap, imagine it. Try to picture it. Do you have any idea how much digital litter is uploaded in a day to YouTube? Could you even take a guess? Could anybody here even put into words a guess? Or are the numbers so big you don't know the terms? Because if I had to venture a guess, it's probably like an exabyte of shit. What percentage of that do you think is something worthwhile to humanity? Much in the same way that we're all working these fake jobs. How much of that do you think is actual, honest to goodness, at the very least entertainment. Maybe not art, but more than content. This fucking content thing. How much of it do you even think is actually content would be better than what most of it is? Most of it is insane, schizoid, nothing.
Absolutely. There's a guy named Tyree Sneed. He streams like 12 hours a day. He has chat turned off, comments turned off, and he literally just talks to himself for 12 hours a day. And no one's watching. It's all archived. He's got 5,000 5,000 views on his channel, and it's just
no one's interacting.
No. All right, so that's, take that guy and multiply him by an exabyte.
Exactly.
That is what's going on. An exabyte is 1,000 petabytes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a petabyte.
It's 1,000 terabytes.
Okay, I know what a terabyte is.
All right, so an exabyte is a quintillion bytes. You ever seen one of those things that shows you like the difference between 1,000,000 grains of rice and 1,000,000,000? And you're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like one of them is like the back of a truck and the other one's like you can hold it in your hands. All right, now we're doing quintillion. Okay. 1 quintillion, a dude streaming to nobody with his chat off, with comments turned off, with no interest in anyone interacting with him, talking to himself, eating Cheetos, and scratching his nuts.
Yep.
It's all that. They are carving holes into mountainsides in order to host that. It costs them money to do it. And yeah, I get it. It's Google, so they have $1 quintillion to do it. Probably. It's probably a drop in the bucket for them. But eventually it won't be. I don't, what percentage of people, how many people on Earth are online? How many people have access to the internet? 5.35 billion. So
Jesus Christ.
5.35 billion have access. Now that's including like shitty access. That's including people who couldn't live stream something, right?
Yeah.
But let's imagine it was everybody can do all this stuff. You still have the entire subcontinent of India of people to go before it's everyone. It's that number of people before it's everyone. What happens then? And then what happens when everyone's doing it all the time? And what happens when, you know, as much as you want to say I should get a real job, we're not that far from this being the only real job.
Yeah.
I listen, the AI is coming to replace us all, but it's replacing you guys first. I know there's a million YouTube channels out there with an AI voice, and you've probably fallen for them and didn't even realize it. And you watched a whole video. You watched that Joe Rogan documentary, quote unquote documentary, about his latest stand-up special, where it was just, it's an AI. It's an AI script. It's an AI voice.
Yeah, Elon Musk doubled my crypto.
Yeah, exactly. You probably sat there and fell for that. I get it. And I still have less to worry about with AI taking my job than you do, with the robots coming from my job than you do. We'll be lucky if this is still a job in a couple of years. And when that happens, then what? And I need people. I love talking about it because nobody talks about it. I love talking about the data wars. They're coming. It's happening. And everybody seems to think that it's like a utopia fallacy kind of thing where they're not going to run out of space anytime soon. And it's not about that. It's about them seeing that it's coming. They're going to see it before you do. And when they do, it's going to get expensive. The free ride is about to be over. Everybody's sitting around going, how can YouTube afford all this? Now, the real answer to that is, of course, that YouTube is now an intelligence agency. Is part of the world government's. So it's the Google is to, or no, the CIA is to America what Google is to them. If you catch my drift. You know, are you picking up what I'm slapping down? Pipsqueak. They got more than your info. They've got you. They've got your being, your essence. When I'm saying you're going to be replaced by AI, I don't mean at your job.
Where'd they get my scrum?
I mean as a person. And I'm not talking, the Matrix, no, that would be, do you know how nice it would be for the Matrix to be the dismal future you have to look forward to? That'd be an improvement to what's actually going on. Oh, you get to be a battery? That's nice. Wow, a job. Wow, you have a real job. Wow, you're useful. You're useful to the machines. You're not going to be useful to the machines. You think you're going to get to live in the pink goo? You're going to be the pink goo. The machines are going to be swimming in you, feeding on you. Yum, yum, eat them up. That's you. That's coming. That will come faster than you have any idea. They won't have a backup plan. Nobody's thought about it. Nobody's considering it. What happens when they stop feeling like blasting into the side of a mountain or digging underground to build their data centers for another exabyte worth of schizophrenics to upload to YouTube all day? What happens then? What happens when they've already got everybody? What happens when we go from that 5 point whatever billion to 8 billion? When everyone's online, they've got your data. Again, if it's free, then you're the product. So when they've got everybody, who are they selling to? It's coming. Remember, if you're old enough, think back to the Wild West of the early days of the internet. All right. And if you're like me, you probably look back on those times pretty fondly. And
I miss them so much.
Oh my God. And now listen, I'm the guy who thinks nostalgia is a mental illness. So when I say this isn't rose-tinted glasses. This isn't, oh man, I miss when mommy and daddy took care of me and I sat in my jammies and ate my cereal out of my bowl. It's not that. It was better. In ways I was going to say in every conceivable way, in ways you cannot conceive. If you were not there for it, you've never known this world, and it's insane. And it's like simple little shit that if you told a 20-year-old right now, oh, this is what the internet used to be like, they wouldn't believe you. They wouldn't believe you that report buttons didn't exist. They wouldn't believe you that you used to just be able to type anything into the web. When you were on a forum talking to everyone, you could just say anything and no one cared. And if they did care, they just put a word filter in that you could decide to turn on and off. They would just censor it out and then everyone would know what you're saying, but then the few Nancy Pantses would be okay with it. They can't conceptualize that. There's an age group, it's probably 25 and under. They can't conceptualize an internet that way. They can't conceptualize what it was like. You know, it's the same thing as if you were to try to explain to them what it was like to find some sort of, you know, B movie at the Blockbuster. Fuck the Blockbuster. Even that's too much. At the homegrown ma and pa video store. I'm trying not to be too much get off my lawn here, you damn kids. Even my memories are fuzzy of this kind of thing. But yeah, you talk to a Gen Xer about like going to the VHS rental, and finding like that little gem that no one's ever heard of, that they go back and rent all the time, and that's like their thing, and that's what they're into. That was websites on the internet for me. That was my thing. It was
finding a porno mag in the woods.
It's a feeling that you cannot describe. It felt like, if I attempt my best here, and this will not do it justice, it was like you were seeing shit you weren't supposed to be seeing. It was like you were uncovering a mystery and you weren't sure it was okay for you to be doing that. And I'm not even just saying that because I was a kid. I know for a fact that adults even would feel that way too. Sometimes you would find shit online. I don't mean like, oh, it's a shock website or like, you know, even worse, some dark web kind of. Not like that. Like literally just the closest thing we have now is when you find those schizophrenic guys on YouTube and you just sit there watching them and you're like, what? But even that's like worn out its welcome. This was falling down a rabbit hole like there had never been rabbit holes before. And these were special things. And then you would like memes are fake now. This was in a time where you literally had to tell a friend in person to go look at this thing. It was true mimetics in this sense.
I got a lot of people with Lemon Party.
I mean, everybody knew Lemon Party, but we love Lemon Party, don't we, folks? You liked it. You liked seeing those old guys sucking each other.
Oh, yeah.
I was a kid looking at three grandpas giving each other the "how's your father," which their fathers are dead.
They're grandpas.
They're grandpas.
Just laughing it up.
How's your great grandfather? So, and this was like fine. This was a great day. Ha ha! Look at them. Look at those grandpas. Look 9. At them go. I'm 9, and I'm like, yay, go grandpas. What the heck? I've looked at this 1 million times. I'm just now noticing one of the grandpas is Chinese. That's what you would do. That was the internet. No, that's really reducing it down to its worst part. But cake farts. I mean, listen, we remember these because these were the big ones. I'm talking about the stuff you don't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
That stuff you wish you could get back. That experience is gone, not from the internet, from the earth. That's the sickest part. It doesn't exist. And you'll see people faking it online. The new thing is like they go, you know, there'll be some Instagram influencer or something where they're like, or a TikToker, I found this like little spot that you're not going to believe. Wow, check it out. This here in this underground tunnel in Kyoto, Japan, where they only serve one dish of ramen, and it is crazy. And you're not going, and it smells like literal shit, and it's great. Like, but there's like 5 million other videos on this exact same place. This is a thing that Zoomers and below have to chase. They know it exists, or that it used to exist. They know in their heart that they are FOMOing on this, and they desperately try to recreate that magic, and it ain't ever coming back. That's what websites used to be, and they could still be that. And we all choose not to let them thrive. YouTube, Google is a monopoly. It's unavoidable, inescapable. You'll be replaced by it fully one day. I'm hoping by filling it with our little weird niche thing that a couple of freaks every once in a while stumble upon. I'm hoping we can reverse a little of this damage. What I would like to do is get everything over to the website and fuck all these like, how sad is it that getting kicked off of YouTube makes everybody go, oh, go join this YouTube alternative? And then there's three. I know there's more.
They all suck.
They all suck. YouTube is the better one. We hate it, and it's better. Because of course it is. I mean, of course it is. Obviously it would be. And I know there are literally like, a ton of other options as well that no one fucking uses that all suck. I know that. But nobody named one. There are 3 right now, and one of them's barely clinging on. I wish Odyssey was good. I almost like Odyssey. Just conceptually, I guess. I don't know. Although I do hate any website that like tries to make cryptocurrency part of its thing. Like intrinsically part of its makeup. But Rumble, Kick, Odyssey. You don't like YouTube? Try this next thing we're trying to turn into a monopoly. All these people who sing the praises of Kick. They would love for Kick to become their whole life, but they don't even look at the front page of Kick. Boo-boo! What are you even going to have left here soon? There's going to be nothing. It's all going to be over soon, right? When you hate YouTube but spend tons of time on it, and then when you supposedly like Kick, but you only watch one thing on it, and it's because you're forced to. Where are we even at? Where are we even at with this? So, pollute the net. Fuck. And by the way, you're the Rumble guy that I have to keep hearing from. You're the Kick guy I have to keep hearing from. You're the Odyssey guy. And I do mean the one guy, the Odyssey guy, the guy who is right now sitting there. He's in charge of Odyssey. You can do this too. Put my shit on those platforms. I don't give a fuck. Who's even going to watch them? Put them on there. Do it. Archive it everywhere. Put it on Trovo. You the Trovo guy? You the D-Live dude? Here's one. Put it on Robot Streamer. Yikes. Cozy TV finally failed, right? Comfy.stream never took off. I was supposed to have one of those as well. What else is there? Bitshoot. Oh my God. You know what? You know what's crazy? Bitshoot actually doesn't look that bad right now. Let's go to Bitshoot. Bitshoot.com. Bitshoot. Isn't it fascinating that all of these sites look the same? It's like they're all using the same template at this point.
Yeah.
They all look exactly alike. It's really like the streamer ones all look the same, then the YouTube ones all look the same. to a scary degree. Really makes you wonder. Is there, when I say there's no YouTube alternative, that might be more literal than we think. I wonder if there's a possibility that YouTube secretly owns Bitshoot or some of these other things, right? Like, we would just never know. There's literally no alternative. They just keep these things barely running just to keep downloading the info of the few people that actually try to escape YouTube's gravitational pull. I wouldn't doubt that. What the fuck? Well, this one's got porn in the thumbnail. Okay, maybe we should go to Bitshoot. I had a Bitshoot. Hang on, let me see if it still exists. Podawful Bitshoot. I'm seeing a lot of not Podawful, but Podawful related things. I'm not seeing my channel on here, so I guess maybe it did get taken down. Oh, wait, what? Okay. All right, I see what that is, I think. Let me just take a look. Is this what I think it is? Somebody uploaded a full episode recently. Three months ago, they uploaded the Steel Toe episode. Somebody to Bitshoot. Let's see. Davey Crocco. Some really old stuff.
Rest in
God
peace.
bless him.
Did
Rest in power, King.
Did I get banned from Bitshoot? There's not a single. I don't see an actual Podawful upload.
I'm seeing something weird in when I search Podawful.
Well, I mean, there's a lot
Bitshoot.
of like other people posting stuff of mine or about me, but I don't see. There was a Podawful one. How does Bitshoot work? Would it be /Podawful? Let me see. Yeah, wait, that exists. It's still up.
When you search for Podawful, it doesn't come up.
It doesn't come. Nothing.
Is it
comes up.
because it's like flagged as 18 plus? So unless you're logged in, it won't show up.
I have no idea. I'm certainly not going to try logging into Bitshoot. Right? What the heck?
Oh, well, if
wait, some of these videos have over 1,000 views on them. That's not possible. On Bitshoot, are you kidding me? Let me just click on one of these here. And 0 comments. Okay, now that makes sense. That I believe.
BitChute's got a history of having the worst search results, from what I recall. I tried to use it back during COVID.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna become BitChute guys. Can you imagine? Do they do? Oh, they do live streaming now. It looks like. Let me click on one of these live streams. See what's happening. Ooh,
I think their servers are UK based.
Trump's big pharma hypocrisy. How could they have a free speech thing in the UK? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one's live.
It's a joke.
Trump. There's a Trump
Odyssey's another
thing.
one that claims to have
And to create actual legal issues for it.
Okay.
They ban all kinds of search terms like NSFW. They won't let anything considered porn on there, which I'm sure some of your episodes would be borderline. So.
No, there's straight up porn on there. I just saw it. I just saw it in the thumbnail.
No, for Odyssey.
Oh, Odyssey.
Like, we're free speech, but
Odyssey lets you upload it, but they might they
might take it down.
They leave it, but it might be that nobody can see it. They don't do anything. It's just no longer in the results.
That's worse.
Because their thing is a blockchain, so they can't. The whole point of it is that you can't take it down once you put it up on there.
I like that Gumroad shit.
Yeah, this Bitshoot live is terrible. There's no comments. There doesn't seem to even be a chat room. Okay. Wow. God damn. It is so funny looking at these alternative sites. It's always just the same shit. Where to buy hydroxychloroquine?
Two I haven't heard you talk about are Twitter and Gab. I think Gab tried to do a YouTube alternative. I've never looked into it at all.
Gab. I can't even imagine. They got rid of. I got banned on Gab. Can you believe that?
No way.
I got banned on Gab. I joined very early to Gab. and I managed to grab the accounts at Hillary Clinton and at Mark Zuckerberg. And I can't remember which one, but one of those got banned on Gab. But I was at Hillary Clinton on Gab for a little bit. That was funny.
Well, I know Twitter allows videos. Like I saw some people live streaming video today. I think InfoWars and Owen Benjamin were both streaming live video today.
Oh my God. COG is uploading to Bitshoot. That's what are people using? Because there's no way somebody's sitting there and uploading these one by one to all these individual sites. What the fuck are they using to do this?
You can batch upload from somewhere for sure.
Oh my God. There's just no views on any of this. 6 days ago, he was just playing Armored Core. What is this crap, man? Ugh. What a hellhole. I hate these fucking sites so much. Yeah, okay, more porn in the thumbnail. So I can't put this on screen, sorry to the people watching stream right now, but
or not.
No way. Yeah, this is literally just a chick with her tits out and one just a porn star. Another one with her pussy up. Okay, well, yeah, I mean Twitter. I did stream to Twitter one time as a test. I just don't think anybody actually watches live streams on Twitter. And it's funny because I made that post on Twitter saying what YouTube alternative should I use, and no one said Twitter on Twitter. That kind of tells you everything you need to know. I mean, oh boy. Okay, well, there you go. So that's it. That's what I'm asking. Anybody have anything?
Maybe hit up Tom Green.
I've got some more technical ideas that I won't bog down the show with that I'll send you.
Okay. Take a look, see at that. Archive. Clip. I mean, hell, the people on Kick right now, you love Kick so much. Are you clipping? It's a built-in feature. I have no clue what it does. Have you been clipping the whole time? Clipping the little things I say for 30 seconds? I don't know how people do that live. I'll never understand it. Archive. Clip. Help me. Channel. Okay, that's it. I don't think I'm keeping this up. But, and sorry to the YouTuber people that I had the DVR turned off. I think I'm going to have to do that from now on YouTube. I feel like that will help. So don't ever tune in late, or you'll just have to wait until it's over to see everything. Lossless is here.
Shout out. Good friend Lossless.
Start a business and register the channel under the business name. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if I'm using all the same devices. Business name doesn't. I started under literally fake. I give them fake fucking shit all the time. I don't give a fuck. Fuck YouTube. I told them I was Laura Craft Bayonetta. I did that on official legal documents. Just straight up lied to them. What are they gonna do? I don't fucking care. Yeah, that part doesn't matter, man. It's the phone number and devices part that trips you up. MDE was banned and now they're all back. What's up with that? Well, yeah, that's certainly an example. How come their main channel got taken down, their backup ones never did, and now they're just allowed to have a brand new channel that's way bigger than any of their other channels ever were? The answer is their new channel is way bigger than their other ones ever were, and it's also monetized. Actually, you know what? I didn't even think about this, but I think the the what is it, the whatever the current MDE channel is, the Sam and Nick's Clips channel. I think that was originally a fan clip channel. I was not even thinking of that during this, but I'm pretty sure it was. That's how they're getting away with it. How can he keep getting away with it? That's how. There was a whole controversy. I'm just now remembering this, where he was going to hire whoever
mode,
whoever the biggest clipper was for like. There were all these people that were clipping MDE stuff while he wasn't allowed on YouTube. And then they just hired the guy and basically bought out his YouTube channel by doing that.
Yeah, the one was Alien Mode.
No,
I remember that.
That's Sam's channel.
I don't think it was always, was it?
Jeez, dude.
I know for a fact that's Sam's channel because when I first ever interacted with Sam in email, it was at alienmode@gmail.com. When he was mad about the Pizzagate prank.
That turned out to be real.
Hey, prank's on me. Pizzagate's real. But yeah, that one was I remember that was his email then. So no, I think that's just his like original account name or something, or maybe some other thing he did. I don't know. Here's an interesting one though. Was the MDE show World Peace named after Ron Artest? Anybody know what I'm talking about here?
Baseball or the basketball player?
Yeah. Yep, the basketball player. Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Artest.
He changed his name to Meta World Peace. I think that's what the show World Peace gets its name from. Very meta.
Probably.
There's something to look into. I don't know. Do your own research on that one, okay?
Okay.
Just trust me. Do your own research on that. Actually, you know what? I want to give the MDE people there. I have at MDE on YouTube. I want to hand that over. I want to surrender that to them. I don't know how to do that when most of them block me and hate me, but I'm going to lose that handle at some point, so might as well go to the people who actually
say in exchange for telling me your secrets of not getting banned.
Well, I think I just realized what the secret is. It's not their channel, or it wasn't originally. They just hired the guy whose channel it is. And as long as they never touch any of those other channels ever again and don't break the rules ever again, even slightly, they're probably okay. I don't know how their videos don't break the rules. I've personally witnessed live streams where they absolutely did. But those are the funniest ones, so who cares? Was the new pill a fan too? I think that's the guy they were going to hire, and then that guy was like, nah, you're not offering me enough. And so they
took him down.
And so they took his channel down. They DMCA'd him, and then he just made another one. And it got just as big. And I think he got away with it by starting to combine other people's content into the MDE stuff and like make it a more sort of esoterica kind of thing.
Ephemeral.
They probably just got tired and didn't want to have to deal with it, I would guess. I only even remember this because if you are an MDE or fish tank person, you might know this name. There's this guy called Cryokeen Okay. And I accidentally got this. He's an insane autistic incel. And I don't use that word lightly. When I say that, I mean the real deal. I'm not just saying that because I don't dislike this guy. I have no feelings about him. He is literally an insane autistic, dumpy, sort of Jewish looking, and I mean that in a positive way, incel. And he got mistaken for being the new pill, or people for some reason thought he was one of these MDE clip channels back when all of that was going down. And
I think the pill guy uploaded a video of him that was like a few minutes long and then took it down.
Yeah. So when the new pill guy was getting when they were threatening to take down his channel, he uploaded this video of this random dude, Cryokeen. And he did it as like a joke, I guess, because in the video, Cryokeen is talking about like YouTube troubles or something like that. It was meant to be a joke, but everyone thought it was just him like actually face doxing. And you got to see this guy's face. Like, if you found out a channel you followed that this was the guy, you'd be like, what the fuck? So everybody started freaking out about it. Meanwhile, the actual guy, the Cryokeen guy, didn't know any of this was happening. I was watching with delight as people were tearing out their hair over this whole situation. It was very funny to me. And then I thought, you know what? It'd be funny if this guy found out about it. Like, he doesn't seem to know this is even going on. Everybody seems to think he's this giant YouTube channel. So I found him on Discord and contacted him. I was the first person to do this. He had no idea. And I had to explain MDE to him. He had never heard of it. And I had to explain, like, yeah, it's this like sketch thing on YouTube, and they have these guys who clip their stuff, and he didn't know any of this. And then I was like, yeah, they all think it's you. You might want to put something out there saying this is not me. People are like losing their minds. I just wanted to see what would happen. I sent this man on a journey that has like ruined him by mistake. I was trying to help him, and by mistake, I sent him down a dark, dark path because he actually was on the recent whatever, like, fake fish tank thing they were doing, where it was like, in between seasons, they were doing stuff on fish
vampire tank game thing they did.
Yeah, but no, this was, I saw a clip of this. I don't know exactly what was going on, because I didn't watch any of this in between shit, but I watched this because it was Cryokeen. They brought in Cryokeen. Apparently he's made himself like this lol cow pariah in the fish tank MDE community, all because I told him about all this stuff. Oh my God. And so they brought him in, and this is when they were inside, and they had like set up a room like filled with like wood chips or pellets or something, and they were just making them stay in there. And he lasted like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or something. And Letty was in there. And he had this like massive meltdown freak out and then left. And everyone hates this dude. They all hate him. And, I'm in this like fish tank. I don't pay any attention to it, but I'm in this like fish tank DM group on Twitter from back when during season 1, I would go on those Twitter spaces and talk to them about it, which I was only doing to, make things awkward. But so they've left me in that DM thing. So when that happened, I checked in that DM, and they're all talking shit about this Cryokeen guy. They hate him. They hate him so much. So I was like, hey, you guys know, I happen to be the guy who sort of made some of this happen, and then showed them the screenshots of my conversation with cryo. I mean, it's a complete it's a horror story. Like he's really a horror cow. It's getting sadder and sadder, more desperate.
Ethan,
I
Ralph,
see
and,
Stallion 19 is posting Aaron Imholt and Ralph are live fighting.
All right.
The Piranha Tank.
Okay, hang on.
The video quality is ass.
Shocker, because it's Ralph.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
I don't know which. It might be Toe who's streaming.
It's on Toe's channel, yeah.
Oh, it is. Where is this? Oh, it's in Piranha Tank. All right, let's take a look. Hang on.
Help!
Probably gonna be
Is he here?
a joke.
No, I
that's
think
somebody
this is
going
for
into
real.
Domino's. That's somebody going in to get a pizza. So it could be Ethan.
Why does he look so tiny? Isn't he a tall guy?
It could be Ethan going in to get a pizza.
He does look tiny, yeah.
Oh, no, they're here. Here we go.
Oh, he's here.
Here we go.
Here we effing go.
Where is it? Where is it?
Ethan Ralph is about
Oh, you're
to
not
sustain a
with him?
fatal injury. His orbital bone is going to re-break and go into his brain. And
So Ethan's not.
That'd be awesome.
No.
look at those shoes. He takes this seriously.
So Ethan's not.
No, that's not. Wait, it's just repeating over and over.
Oh, jeez. What? So Ethan's not
I've
here?
got it live right now.
People recording.
Okay.
Oh, no,
And
now
no
it isn't.
Ethan
Now it's
Ralph.
going you.
It looks like- Come on in, boys. All right. Let's go talk to Andy and
Got a
Ashton and everybody
mouthpiece.
hanging out in the chat. Are you on there right now?
He's not
All right,
going
I'll
to show
shut my
up. Ralph's not going to show
10
up.
o'clock
No
was when
way.
we were starting. Sorry, guys, it's just a formality.
It's a formality.
No.
Figured I was 2 blocks
that
away. I might as well see if there's
Aaron's a
going to be
boxer,
any action.
isn't he, or something?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Supposedly, but
Let's jump in, boys.
he looks like Grover, so. Oh, God, this quality.
Onto the boxing ring with the fluorescent lighting.
Is it? All right, well, I'm hung up. It's not working anymore for me.
Same.
It
Combination
catches up
wrestling
and then
ring
it
off
goes 5 seconds and then it repeats and then.
Yeah, he must not have a good signal.
Okay. Well, this is kind of what I expected.
Well, now what?
Archive.
Litter.
I'm gonna go fuck Aaron's ex-wife. Fuck him.
While he fighting.
Pollute the net. That one was me, though. I came up with that one, Lenny.
You did, yeah. Digital litter, pollute the net.
His ass. Oh, I feel good.
Solve World Comedy.
I feel good.
All Podawful.
Yes, sir. You can put the balls tonight, we'll spar. You'll have more balls than Ethan Ralph. Cheese, you want to check the door? I'll check the door for you. I don't hear anybody knocking. I don't hear anybody either.
Has Ralph even confirmed he's coming to this?
I was ready. Still ready.
He was asking for an address like an hour ago.
10:05?
On Twitter.
Aaron was on
5
Twitter
minutes
talking
late?
about Ethan Ralph.
Are we
He might have
running
called
on,
in
you
or
know,
some
those
shit.
people Ethan doesn't like time? Well, we're not supposed to ask them. No. Mm-mm.
I don't see nobody in the parking lot out there either.
Nobody's in the parking lot?
Nobody's in the parking lot. Nobody out front.
We were gonna have a friendly little lesson.
How has PPP not had a heart attack?
Just do a little teaching tonight.
How many L's can Ralph
And he
take?
doesn't show. How many L's can Ralph take?
He's still in his
in one
version.
day?
Hey, are you Aaron Imholt?
No, you gotta ask me if I'm Aaron.
No.
No, you gotta ask me if I'm.
Hey, are you Aaron?
I'm not Aaron Imholt.
Hey man, you smell like booze.
Where the Can't come.
That's a disappointment.
Disappointing is the stream call.
You got one of them Bob dolls in here? You just put Ethan
Right.
Ralph's face on it?
Put Ethan Ralph's face on one of those dummies.
Yeah.
Hey, can somebody
get hit more
just
by that
extend the antenna on the cell phone?
Well, I feel like Buford Mad Dog Tannen calling out Clint Eastwood.
Why would you wait
Get out
inside?
here,
Like,
Ron.
just keep waiting outside.
Seems like their
Yeah, why do you
Wi-Fi
like
signal's better inside, though.
If you're calling,
Minnesota people are so
I
unfunny.
can't
It's
answer
crazy.
that phone. I have phones in the office.
Somebody want to call Aaron's cell
Who's his
phone right
phone?
now?
Well,
Dirk, give,
call him.
I don't know what else we can do.
Dirk, give Aaron a
Comedy
call.
Shaman's chat.
Oh yeah, he's on. That's what he's doing.
Oh fuck! I guess
8
we're
minutes
good. It's
past.
uploaded too.
Oh, there we go.
I got all dressed up for nothing. What are they saying? What are they saying?
Can somebody confirm the number for me?
Well, there were Kiki jokes.
Not
There were a
live.
lot of
Don't do that live.
Ralph L jokes.
A lot of Ralph L's.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, you know.
Cheese, you want to check the door again?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
I'm
Oh my
guessing
God.
that phone.
Yeah, a lot of the comments are saying
calling
the
now.
phone. Answer that phone.
That phone is not out here.
This is the phone of the gym or some
Authorized
shit. What the fuck is that?
Oh,
It's the gym phone, so they're not supposed to answer it because they don't.
Sidewalk still clear. Nobody's here.
ooh, almost let the number out by accident.
Oh, is it? It's a block number?
I think I'm blocked.
Oh, so it's just some.
Well, they called 12 times in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Dirk, will you send me it?
A block number? Why would you block your number?
It's one specific gym.
Yeah, give it
No, that's a big loss for Ralph talking all that shit. He was an hour away all day.
It was going to be a big L no matter
I'm
what.
40 minutes
40
away.
minutes.
But this is a bigger one, not sure. At least if you show up, you get a little credit for showing
Well, exactly.
Exactly.
up. I wish I would have brought like one of the.
Exactly.
Cindy Buck says he's gonna ask for the check before he gets off the
Well,
Some work.
we wanted it and we didn't want it. That would have been a sad beating.
I had it all figured out too. I knew what we were going to do. We're going to start out. We're just going to flick out a few harmless jabs. Just keep the piggy at range. Maybe drop a little right in over the top just to fuck with him. Nothing too hard.
Comedy Shaman will
And then as he just
hyperventilate about
plods
this
around the
on
ring,
stream
as those
while
clothing
simultaneously not
plod
commenting
around
and
the
telling
ring.
you how funny he is.
I don't know if he'll ever stream again.
And then
Yeah, if it's possible.
Wait, are we watching Comedy Shaman right now?
Don't answer.
Same
No.
quality.
Oh, no, we can't. I can't.
He's got his phone off.
Hard to tell.
As he plods around the ring,
Yeah.
poured out, we go to the
Yeah,
bottom.
I wanna answer.
Eventually
This
he
place
falls
is
down.
going to get swatted.
Not going to make it past the first 3 minutes.
This is a bad
Oh.
There's a
idea.
burglar inside.
Every time
They're
Ralph
breaking in.
goes anywhere, he gets swatted.
But I just want
No.
I want to hear who it is. St. Club Wrestling not going to help you.
Oh, I guess
What
we're
is this,
the
10?
Weasel Army now.
Yeah.
And you're the one with your channel down.
5'10" before he's a faggot.
Weasel
Wow,
worshiper.
I mean, that time is already passed.
Quitting faggot, I should have said. My apologies.
Whoa.
Worship my weasel.
Confirmed.
Man, this is even.
Okay, can everybody go to Steel Toes chat
Chance, I'm sleepy.
and just type Comedy Shaman is gay in all caps?
I might technically have to
Just
lace
gonna
them
turn
up for
his
this to be a
chat
victory
into
by forfeit.
being about Comedy Shaman.
There you go. Yeah, do some boxing moves.
I think we gotta lace them up.
Comedy Shaman is
I was gonna wear
gay.
the 18s too. These are gigantic. These are like rocks on my hands. I was gonna let Ralph wear some 12s. So those big meaty
Just keep doing it.
fucking pig hooves could kick a little.
Feel them. That's like hitting with Mike Lindell's mic.
Look at him. Look at him. Look how fucking gigantic these gloves are.
Almost as big as his gun.
Look at that. Look at how big those are. You can't get hurt getting hit with these. You can't get hurt.
Oh, damn,
with these. I landed
lossless.
more
Don't.
punches on myself than
He's your
Ralph
friend,
did.
man.
Did you get those from Mike Lindell?
My gloves.
My 18-ounce gloves.
No, Ralph. No punches. I gotta hit myself if I want to get in a fight tonight. Can't God damn. Well, guys, sorry that you showed up for nothing.
You gotta worry about me. I live right down the road. You gotta worry about me. I live right down the road.
I will say this. Those of us who were here
are now gone. Okay. Well, there you go. But hey, Comedy Shaman is gay in chat, apparently.
talking about it beforehand did say, yeah.
Weasel worship. all right, now everybody put in chat, we worship the weasel. All caps. We worship the
I wanted to put a
weasel.
little bit of an embarrassing beating on the guy. I don't know. If I
By the
missed
way,
it,
he's
honestly,
stealing the
before-
weasel thing from Red Bar. So
He might have knocked his own self.
once again, not an original
There's like
thought.
4 stairs to get up in here.
Sorry, Nick. I know you were secretly trying to get your boy hurt. You could have come on in. You could have stepped in.
Everybody
You would've
else in
got hurt
chat
with
must
the
be
muscle,
so
remember?
confused.
Come on. Wouldn't Pierce would love that. Pomplin would love that shit. Come on. See, now I want to fight. Now I want to fight. Now this is fucked up. No Ethan Ralph. Now I want it.
All right, now everybody do.
Hey, there's bags.
Now everybody doing all caps. Goof Troop Army.
Well, how much time we got?
Goof Troop Army.
10, 11.
20 minutes.
Sucks.
Suey. Come on, like one of Mason Verger's piggies. Oh, Ralph, my hand's cramping. Now's your chance. Oh, my right hand is all fucked. Oh, it's fucking up. I've only got one decent hand. Ralph, this was your chance. I'm low on potassium. What? What?
Give me one.
Oh, you.
Come on. There you go. Camera angles. Come on now.
You wanted one. Yeah, I ain't even loose. I haven't stretched. I haven't done anything. I was just gonna bring a piggy in here and stick him real quick.
Right. When we take my.
This is so pathetic.
No Ralph. No Ralph. No problem. Get me somebody. Get me somebody. Not some guy off the street though. They might have a knife. It's weird down here. But you got one. Oh shit.
Might come in here with his unicycle or some shit.
Fuck around with those guys.
Even worse, they'll give you crabs.
I'm even 220 today. I'm not even 215. I'm 5 pounds over my fighting weight. I'm a big tubby ball of shit. This is Ralph's chance. Nothing. Sometimes I don't feel 6'4".
All right, now,
Like, honestly,
type out
come up to this
podawful.com.
right
Like
height-wise.
type out .com, podawful.com.
You just give him one of these.
DOT. Yeah, DOT.com.
How small the guy is. Now we're clowning you, but now you gotta get here. Now I'm joking about your height. Remember when Shawn Michaels brought out like a little midget Bret Hart? It's not like that. That's what I'm doing.
Wrestling.
Oh, okay. This is gay now.
How much time we got before it's a 30 forfeit win?
We're hitting that quarter after mark.
Yeah. That allows for enough time for like
Ethan Ralph, put it down in the record books, is a scared little bitch. And always will be. Oh. I hit harder than Cog, Ralph, but I would have taken it easy on you. I was willing to teach you. And you bitched out. You got scared. You got that tightness in your shoulders.
Oh, I guess that's
Heart
unbleached
went up into your
calling.
throat. You got the bubble guts. You got the shits. And you went, I can't make it. Ashton, how would it go? What is it? I can't make it, bitch. I got the shits. Ethan, write it down. Ethan Ralph got diarrhea and got scared to fight. That's what happened. Ethan Ralph got the shits and couldn't make it to the ring.
All right, now all caps. Comedy Shaman
It's a
can't
quarter
throw
after.
a baseball.
Stan's gonna go out and check the door real quick.
We'll go check.
One more check at the door. If he's at
Comedy
the door, let
Shaman
him in.
can't throw
Get
a
in the door.
baseball.
What can we do? What can we do?
He had all day to figure it out.
All goddamn day.
Nobody in the parking lot, just the Domino's workers leaving.
Uber comes to St. Cloud.
Oh,
All
that
right.
guy again?
They sure do.
Give me this thing.
Another win for the toe.
Where's the flip around? There we go. Man, shit.
Okay, is that it? Are they done?
Can't tell if he ended the stream by accident.
I don't know if this is on purpose or not. Putting podawful.com in my chat doesn't really make a lot of sense. Oh man.
Shit.
Okay.
So somebody said new Rufio video?
Yeah,
Shit.
I guess he just uploaded.
Oh man. An embarrassment of embarrassments.
Oh.
There we go. Something about in the ring. All right, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's back. The fight's back.
I'm gonna call it. They're calling him the Ralph of female.
Now he's calling it.
How far gone is it?
2 owns by Steel Toe in 1 day. Motherfucker. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Ralph didn't show. What can I tell you?
Give me the key real quick.
Probably gonna.
Yeah, he can get.
This is the gayest I've ever seen in my life.
All right. Well, that sucked.
Yeah, he went live like he was outside. It's embarrassing as fuck.
That sucks, but
Rufio's video is called Jedi Business. Go back to your drinks.
all right. And where can I find that?
Uwadawanga. Okay.
Put it in chat here so I can just grab it real quick.
Yeah, not a problem.
I was gonna be done here.
I think this is a good way to end it.
Oh, it's just another swinging the sword around video.
No, it's him checking out his epic game room. Again.
Oh, that's a short one.
Oh, it's got music.
I am going to
It's just...
challenge them. If I succeed, I will return. If I
Wow. Cool.
fail,
Anime sound effects. All right.
Yeah.
no identity. This is my fate and mine only.
All right. Jedi business. Go back to your drinks.
Oh, he's got a sword.
Apostrophe S. Oh boy. These are all old videos. He's just unloading old shit, like re-edited. I've seen all of these. Bored. Okay. Well, that's it. Archive, upload, clip, all that shit. Litter. Pollute. Come.
Worship the weasel.
Worship the weasel.
Worship the weasel.
Worship the weasel. And
Double fans gotta stick together.
also, please give me your